This is the definition of brain rot. Why am I even here?
Ugh, what disgusting cows, literally.
Nobody is perfect, I agree. But pride can hurt you and others as well. And I do not like suffering because of others' stupidity. Do you? I didn't think so.
Let's take a look at situations where you see what happens when you don't swallow your pride. It swallows you. These people really think they're hot, and they are just a hot mess.
Welcome to Loud Cow 101. I'm here to teach you about that prideful sin of talking big and thinking small. Keyboard dropping heat in the chat, but never touching grass. Stay cool. Headset on, humility off. A loud cow thinks noise equals power.
Scroll long enough and you find them. The loud one who thinks volume equals charisma, the money flexer, the attention vacuum with a ring light, the living health code violation, the fake prank factory, the get rich now guru, the rage machine, and the guy who reacts to a video by barely staying awake. Different flavors, same feeling. Maybe let's log off.
You stink!
Are you serious? These people are insane.
Honestly, what are we even watching? This is the definition of brain rot. Why am I even here?
Ugh, what disgusting cows, literally.
Nobody is perfect, I agree. But pride can hurt you and others as well. And I do not like suffering because of others' stupidity. Do you? I didn't think so.
Let's take a look at situations where you see what happens when you don't swallow your pride. It swallows you. These people really think they're hot, and they are just a hot mess.
Welcome to Loud Cow 101. I'm here to teach you about that prideful sin of talking big and thinking small. Keyboard dropping heat in the chat, but never touching grass. Stay cool. Headset on, humility off. A loud cow thinks noise equals power.
Scroll long enough and you find them. The loud one who thinks volume equals charisma, the money flexer, the attention vacuum with a ring light, the living health code violation, the fake prank factory, the get rich now guru, the rage machine, and the guy who reacts to a video by barely staying awake. Different flavors, same feeling. Maybe let's log off.
You stink!
Are you serious? These people are insane.
Honestly, what are we even watching? This is the definition of brain rot. Why am I even here?
Ugh, what disgusting cows, literally.
Nobody is perfect, I agree. But pride can hurt you and others as well. And I do not like suffering because of others' stupidity. Do you? I didn't think so.
Let's take a look at situations where you see what happens when you don't swallow your pride. It swallows you. These people really think they're hot, and they are just a hot mess.
Welcome to Loud Cow 101. I'm here to teach you about that prideful sin of talking big and thinking small. Keyboard dropping heat in the chat, but never touching grass. Stay cool. Headset on, humility off. A loud cow thinks noise equals power.
Scroll long enough and you find them. The loud one who thinks volume equals charisma, the money flexer, the attention vacuum with a ring light, the living health code violation, the fake prank factory, the get rich now guru, the rage machine, and the guy who reacts to a video by barely staying awake. Different flavors, same feeling. Maybe let's log off.
You stink!
Okay, yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is your Loud Cow Pride, the sin of pride. Give me a second. Sorry, I can make sure you guys can hear me because it's been a while since I stream on this channel. I think like maybe 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Oh, let me have that right there. I forgot to put that right there. Alright. Let me check if you guys can hear him. I think you guys can. Alright. Let me pause this crap. I honestly, I was setting up, realized it will know me from my other channel, Skybomb. You know I got dogs. I let them out, and I thought I'd have time, and yep, nope. This dude's starting no real. I was gonna watch. We probably still got some time after the stream. Watch he fucking melt down on Wings and say April Fool. Bitch, we all know, but that was not April Fool. You just using that as an excuse so you can get your fucking feeling out on how you feel about fucking Wings fucking ghosting you like a guy fucking tap a goal and fucking go so he'll get some ass. Oh, he can go get some fucking dick. It goes to a dude. We know how I fucking go. And you just fucking bent out of fucking shape because he goes in your ass. Level 1 podcast. Fuck you.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's the Level 1 podcast for Friday, April 3rd, 2026. Final streaming day of the week for me. It has been a loaded week. It was a crazy one for reasons no one expected. If you haven't been around and haven't been paying attention to the content that I put out this week, maybe you're not aware, but I did a big April Fool.
I was going to say, what is he going to do? Talk about the April Fool fucking shit. Dude, you talk about... Why do he fucking talk about the same shit over and over and over and over? Let me do... He kind of slow.
Special on Wednesday that blew everyone away. No one was expecting me to do what I did, and it was the talk of the town. But now we're back to normal. Yesterday actually was...
You did this last year. Everyone knew you was going to do something stupid like this. Alright, I'm back. So I guess...
It was a really good streaming day, returning back to gameplay and chill fun. Today is Action Day, meaning 2 games that are very action-based in Crimson Desert and, of course, Street Fighter 6 for Friday Night Fights. Now, as I was trying to figure out what should I do for the podcast
Why you
today,
still play the
I realized something. We hadn't really
Street
looked at the
Fighter
gaming
if you hate
landscape,
it so
upcoming
much.
releases, and things like that for a while. And so I said, let's take a look and see actually what's going on. And I realized, wow, there's a beta next week. There's a bunch of new games that are basically kind of backloaded in April, all like back to back to back, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it looks to me like we're going to actually have a pretty busy month when it comes down to it. So I'm excited for that. And obviously I want to talk with you all about that because I think that it's good to know what's coming, to get hype and excited for the things that I'll be covering. And if we don't talk about it, you won't know what it is, right? So that's going to be a major focus of what we talk about today on the show, as well as some nice open Q&A about whatever you guys want to chat about. Also, ideas for ESP Tries It. Maybe talk a little bit about what we'll be doing on my birthday on Monday and more. Very chill show. There's no real game news or anything to cover today. I wish there was, but nothing's really been going on too major in the realm of gaming as of late. Doesn't mean that something might not pop up at some moment. That'd be interesting, but for now...
I don't really watch him, but did he even mention fucking Sony do a fucking make their PS5 more expensive? That is a big fucking news. If he not talk about it, he fucking lacking. And I think the last time I boot up my PS5 was like maybe 2 weeks ago, and to test out something with the capture card and with my 4K model.
More chill vibes, which is good. After having a full and fun week, it's always good to have a nice relaxing show to end the week.
And another thing with gaming, I need to go on my Skyline PC and mention the price of RAM is coming down. Little bit, but they're coming down. No fucking big fucking news in gaming.
So, how are you all doing? Welcome to the show. FYI, yes, things have been renewed for April, as you can see. My backdrop a little bit changed up with new animations and some new lighting and, decor. So I hope that you like it for spring. Everything is blooming for spring, obviously. We already had spring animations in effect, so those are still in effect. You'll still see some bunnies and bees pollinating flowers and things like that when people contribute. I actually changed the backdrop to be the blue again rather than the black. I felt it looked a little bit more vibrant for spring. And starting on Sunday, for 1 week, for the first week of April, first full week, there will be birthday-themed animations as well on stream. Obviously, in tandem with my big birthday marathon that takes place on Monday. That'll be nice, right? Something fresh. I told you guys about a month or two ago that what I want to do is I want to make new animations every couple of weeks. I want to spruce things up around here so that it feels fresh and new. Not that every time you come to a DSP stream, oh, it's the same old stuff. I want to get fresh new stuff for the streams, and that's the goal here, is to always make it feel like something interesting is going on. You never know what's going to pop up when someone contributes. So, yeah, probably maybe like twice a month, I'll be making an effort to update stuff. But in addition to that, I may do some themed animations and stuff for seasons, for holidays, and of course for certain game playthroughs that are bigger or more.
Is he talking about the fucking pop-up when someone donate to him? It's some fucking half-ass shit. I mean, fuck, when none was all fucking really sucky. What about that fucking he said it was Street Fighter, but to me it sounded like a fucking dude racking off. Wait, what the fuck?
Prominent. Currently right now, is there any huge notable game taking place in my lineup? Not particularly. So right now it's more generic animations, but there will be more themed animations, such as like the ones that we had during the Resident Evil Requiem playthrough coming up for bigger releases of the year. All right, so let's go ahead and say hello to everyone, shall we? Good morning to everyone who's here early, because I actually started the podcast early, so we have low attendance, but it's building right now. On the YouTube side, who do we got? King of the Void, Dab Hands, Chronogeist, The Don Toothpick Tom, Amoose. Who else do we got? Chaos Goblin, Tarl Warwick, Free JT, how you doing? Tim the Tool is here, and Grandmaster Scrub is here. JP the Beast, how you doing? Let's see. Mr. Magoo's Eye Doctor, Joshua, Sky Jogger, Pricey, and more. On the kick side, we've got Spoons Zero, Takami Zero, a name that I'm definitely not saying. Mojito Kitty, the AC installer. Well, the AC is already installed, so you can take a break. Dragon Quest, Master Shake, and more. Most Tasteless is here, I see. Nice. Eddie Chill. FYI, we're getting a heat wave. Yeah, good thing that I have the AC installed. It won't affect me. We're actually getting a heat wave. How pertinent did I install the air conditioner about 1 week ago? Because so when I get back on Sunday and Monday, we're going to have 70-plus degree weather in early spring. We don't usually have that. Spring weather in Washington State is around 50 degrees, roughly. We're getting 20 to 30 degree hotter weather than we normally have, almost summer-like weather. So thank goodness I installed the AC early. We'll be nice and cool for my birthday marathon. Won't be sweating it out, so that's a great thing. Okay, in fact, I have it on now. It kind of turns on and off during the course of the day because it fluctuates in the afternoon. So, all right.
On the light.
Good stuff, right? Good week. This is a great week. Shall we start to play catch?
Let me pause this and sorry for hitting the mic. You can tell I like my shit in like the dark mode.
So, can we start to talk a little bit about what went down this week with each playthrough, so everyone knows where we're at,
in my phone.
And let you know about what's coming up next week, because next week is a special week, not only with the birthday marathon, but also there's a beta coming out that a lot of people probably aren't aware of, and I want to talk about that. So, how did things go this week in general with the games that I'm playing? Let's talk a little bit about that, shall we? So, on Sunday, we returned to Dragon Quest VII. We had a good stream where we made big progress in the game. We actually wrapped up this plot line where the king had been overcome with evil magic, and we had to fight him to turn into a boss. And then after that, we went to another new land that was now encased in fog. There's some interesting stuff there. We only got to play Dragon Quest once this week. Reason being, I had a special event planned for Wednesday that no one knew about, because I kept it hush-hush, kept it a big secret as not to spoil what we were going to do during the April Fool's event. So, only one stream of Dragon Quest this week. Was it a good one? It was. It was chill fun. All right. And in fact, we had a lot of support. And a lot of people enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to that continuing next week. Also, we only did one stream of RimWorld. All right. And that stream, quite frankly, everything went awry. Notably, the game sent like 5 back-to-back challenges my way, including a heat wave, stomach worms, the animals getting sick, and then an attack with robots. And as I was already recovering from that attack, another attack of robots. And this one, I couldn't even take my time to fight. They made me go to them instead of coming to my base where I could, make them go through the gauntlet of traps and kill them all slowly. I had to go attack them on the field, and they had all ranged weapons. And it was timed because it was one of those really annoying ship pieces crash landed on your planet where there's a psychic drone that's driving all the veiled survivors insane, so you must rush to fight the robots. It was, to be honest, it was ridiculous. Okay, it was every bad thing happening back to back, and even people, who normally tune in were like, yeah, that's what you're getting called. You got RimWorlded, okay? That's how the game is sometimes. It'll just hit you with so much crap in one way. There's nothing you can do. You're going to have loss. There's no way to properly handle it. And so, I went into it head first, and we lost more than half of the colonists. And in fact, it's not even sure when I play again if I'm going to be able to continue with this particular group of survivors. And we might have to start over. But we'll see, okay? But again, there was only one RimWorld stream this week because of the April Fool's event, okay? Pokemon Fire Red, how did it go this week? We had my rematch with Misty, who I finally beat. We continued on recruiting new Pokemon.
I haven't watched it. I'm probably gonna do this how you don't play Pokemon Fire Red, because whenever it came out, I played like fucking 16 times playing it. I had Fire Red, I had the third gen, and I had Leaf Green. I had all that. I was transferring Pokemon. I was beating that game over and over again. But back then, I didn't know Shiny existed. But I hear he called the grass starter the plant. And he had a Electric type. He had Pikachu. And he got his ass whooped by Missy. And I hear he got whooped by a Butterfree. What the fuck? Especially with a Pikachu?
We unlocked a ton of stuff, right? We had, we're riding around on the bike, so we turboing, we caught a whole bunch of new stuff. Went to Vermilion City, did everything in Vermilion City. I did the boss fight there, Lieutenant Surge. Notably, my Pokemon party is getting much more versatile. I now have a good psychic Pokemon with Mr. Mime, who I'm leveling up. I think the most notable thing that happened in my Pokemon Fire Red run this week was that
Mr. Mime is a good psychic type? Okay. I've been playing Pokemon for how long? I never fucking heard that. I don't know what type of shit this dude is on.
I accidentally reset the game. And you might say, what? How did you do that? So there's this I want to warn everyone who's playing Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green on Switch about this, because this is a problem, okay? So when you're playing these games, if you were playing Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advance ages ago, 20 plus years ago, the Game Boy Advance had a way to quick reset the game. And a lot of consoles used to have this feature. Basically what you would do is hold down like 2 buttons on the face of the controller, then you would hold down like Start and Select, and you would soft reset your console. Now, you might say, why would you need to do that? I honestly don't know. It's not like consoles would get locked or anything. Like, the reason there was actually a reset button on old game consoles is because sometimes your game would freeze. Sometimes the game would lock.
Quickle, shiny, mythic. It was, well, it could be other games, but for Pokemon, shiny Pokemon. On my main channel, that's what I'm doing. Mostly because on Fire Red, I want to beat that game with all fucking shiny Pokemon.
Lock up or have a glitch and you need to reset to start over. Doesn't really happen with modern stuff. I don't think many games or any games on the Game Boy Advance had that problem, but that was a feature on Game Boy Advance. Now, I want you to think about what I just told you. 2 face buttons, start and select. So to do that, you have to have like 2 fingers here, a finger here, a finger here. How would you accidentally do that? You wouldn't. That's not a common position you would have your hands in when you're playing any video game, so you're not going to accidentally do anything like that. Well, in all of their wisdom, when they re-released Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for Switch, they remapped the reset.
They make it more easier. Because I've been doing that, and it's fucking way more easier than fucking Nintendo. I don't think I ever did it for the Game Boy. But I sure have did it with the Nintendo Switch. Sorry about that. It will watch my main channel. I always have to sit up or stand up and fix my blanket.
They made the soft reset literally just press the 4 face buttons. Now, thinking logically about this, the face buttons are very small. They're next to each other. And as you can see, I have a fat thumb. I can literally easily press all 4 of those at once. And what happened yesterday was basically we were playing, and I accidentally grazed the buttons, and
I probably have a bigger thumb than him. I got probably a bigger hand than him. that's still hard for me to do. I can do it, but I actually had to try to do it. And for a reason, I had my fucking Nintendo Switch control right on my lap. I don't know why I had it on my lap. Maybe I'm getting too old. I can't think. But, yeah.
The game reset live on stream, and I lost 30 minutes of progress. Suffice it to say, I wasn't very happy. I was pretty upset that I lost 30 minutes of fights against trainers and grinding Mr. Mime. I grinded him a whole bunch of levels, and the game reset all that for me. I was like, well, that's ridiculous. Now, of course, you can argue, well, that's your fault. I mean, yeah, technically it's my fault. But I didn't mean to do it. It was an innocent accident. Why are you erasing my game progress, and why did you make a soft reset such an easy thing to do by accident?
And I think he was on the boat. Half of them, I think most of them, you can fucking skip. I wouldn't because you need the experience, but...
Accident. So now whenever I play Pokemon Fire Red, I have to play so ultra carefully. Ooh, I better not touch the buttons or I might reset my game. Like, come on. So anyway, that hilarious moment happened. It wasn't really hilarious. Most people were upset because they God, I has to grind again. He has to redo all the stuff he just did.
It's funny. I fucking, I think with 2 times in Pokemon Fire Red when I stream it, I was fucking drunk. When I'm drunk, I'm not fucking careful. I'm not careful at all. How fucking clumsy is your hand? You have to fucking be careful. When I'm fucking I was drunk. Fucking know how to be careful.
But we have left Vermilion. We are on, down the path, continuing on in Pokemon Fire Red. The party is becoming much more versatile. The playthrough is great. We're having great interactivity and engagement and support every stream. I'm really having a great time with Pokemon Fire Red. I can't wait for more next week. It's been a really awesome
And only reason why he is so far older than me, I'm doing a only shiny playthrough. He just playing the game. If you don't know the game, 1 out of 800 something. No, 1 out of 8,000. You will have a chance as a shiny. And some people going fucking over odds. And that can happen a lot.
Throwback playthrough. My first experience with classic Pokemon with an interactive audience. I've only played Pokemon Blue once ever in the 90s. So it's really awesome to re-experience this stuff again and see how tough Pokemon was. Legit, Pokemon used to be a tough game. You needed skill and you had to understand all the different mechanics. Not one of these games was just a button-mashing simpletons game like...
I was a kid and I beat it in 5 hours. Pokemon is pretty simple. Online battle, that is a different story.
Like modern Pokemon has become. So it's actually refreshing and fun. I'm having a good time with it, okay? Yeah. Continuing on, Retro Rewind, the game where you build, run, update, staff, and essentially manage a VHS rental store from the 1990s. It's pretty good. I'm having a good time with it. We're now about 8 parts in, I think. 8 hours in. And we have all these different genres now unlocked. I think we have drama, horror, sci-fi, romance, action, adult.
Pokemon is so easy. Fucking Pokemon content creators had to make even before YouTube, it was making Nuzlocke. Really, you had to catch the first Pokemon that you see in that area, and if a Pokemon died, they are fainted with dead. You can't never use it. And even the hard Nuzlocke, you have to be on the same. You have to be couple at the same level at the gym leader or the Bible match or the Elite Four. You have to, or you have to be on no level. You can't be over level.
And I think we just unlocked Christmas movies last night. Okay, we have our first staff member who's basically taking in the tapes that get traded in and cleaning them and putting them back on the shelves. We have multiple concessions like Slurpees and popcorn, but now we have multiple candy racks that we have that people are buying candy off of, and we've multiple times expanded and redesigned the store to have more space and have decorations and everything. Basically, at the end of last night's stream, things were popping. Like, the store was full of customers, and it looked really nice. It was expanding and looking like a real video store now. So I really enjoyed the playthrough, and it's doing all right. It's not doing amazing. It's also not doing poorly. It usually does great for engagement and attendance. Support, it does okay. One night, it was really good for support, and then other nights, it's just all right. But as long as it maintains that just all right level, I'm okay with continuing the playthrough. I'm enjoying it a lot, so we can roll on with it as long as people keep showing up, okay? Crimson Desert.
Alright. On my main channel, Skybomb, I was talking about somebody who had 2 PC who's just starting out. This is a good reason why you shouldn't be streaming with 2 PC if you're at the beginning. Even he really shouldn't be doing it with 2 PC. You're not making enough what he spend on the power. He could put that in the savings, but he like what he like, because he don't have no saving, that WE champion crap.
So I did play Crimson Desert again this week. We're going to play it again today. In the 3 hours that I played it earlier this week, I want you to just listen to the big variety of stuff that we did in 3 hours, right? So we went back to the mines, and we finished up the mine camp mission, where it's a side mission for a faction. Problem being, we had to do the whole mission over, fighting all the enemies again, because it reset my progress from the first time that I attempted to do this mission, which is really frustrating that you got to go straight to the beginning again and kill all these enemies. So we did that. Then we basically went on a series of Assassin's Creed-like sneaking missions trying to free Greymanes that had been imprisoned or were kind of, stuck in certain situations, to get the band back together, essentially, to build a base camp, which then we were driving stakes and moving bags around and doing menial tasks to relaunch our base camp. Then we engaged on a big mission where we were going through the countryside, investigating some kind of mysterious people who were teleporting and murdering people. We tracked them down by going through these mountains and fighting a whole bunch of them, and then fighting an epic boss fight against the Reed Devil. Okay? Then after that, we had to go back to base and send some of our Greymane settlers out for miscellaneous missions, a la almost like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's minigame, where you would have the assassins deal, that you would recruit the assassins and send them out to do tasks. So we had to do that. And then after that, the game said, well, now you have to wait for that mission to finish to go to the next leg of the story, so just go out there and wander and do random stuff. So we did, and we started mining and getting, items and things that we're going to level up with, and then we discovered a hidden puzzle room, and that's where we left off. So I just want you to think about everything I just described. In the 3 hours I played Crimson Desert, I don't think I did one thing for more than like 20 minutes. It was just constant new mechanics, random variety stuff being introduced, and you get to the point where it's like, so what is this game?
Some people on the kick is
it truly an open world RPG? Is it an action game? Is it a stealth game? Is it a puzzle game? Like, it has so many mechanics that we're now 9 parts in, almost 10 hours into the game, and I couldn't even tell you yet what it is. Now, most people are saying the more you play, the more you unlock. Like, I'm seeing posts online, I'm at 50 hours in, and I just unlocked the barber. And the thing is, they're posting stuff up like that's a good thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's a good thing. I think that mechanics should be established at the beginning of a game, and those mechanics can then be improved upon, added to, and mastered over the course of a game. But you should get what a game is within the first couple of hours. Imagine if you started playing Street Fighter 6, and in the first hour, it's a standard 2D fighting game, then all of a sudden, you're playing Tetris in the middle of the round. And then, after you play it for 5 hours, they introduce a QuickTime event in the middle of it for no reason. And then all of a sudden, there's dialogue trees. Like, what the hell what is this? I thought I'm playing a fighting game. No. So that's what I mean. It seems like the game is a jack of all trades. But will it master anything? And will it ever feel like a coherent whole? Or will it be this chaotic jumble of stuff that just keeps throwing more at you the more you play? I don't know, but I'm interested in playing more to find out, and the audience definitely is, because you guys were here earlier this week when I played it, great attendance, and actually support by the end of the stream was also outstanding, so I'm assuming you guys want me to keep playing it. All right, now here's the thing. If it falls off and we're all so confused and it's a jumbled mess and no one's enjoying it, then we don't have to keep playing it. There's many things that we can do in April that would be playthroughs that could take up the spot of Crimson Desert, but for now, just on curiosity's sake and the fact that at the end of that last stream, people were like, no, keep going, keep going. We're going to play it today and see what happens, okay? I legit...
Okay, what I was saying, on Facebook, we were saying something about Resident Evil having 15 hours of gameplay, and I think the game he talking about had like 500 hours. And I'm trying to find that on the Facebook where I saw it, and I just found a fine ass chick.
Don't know what to expect from this game.
You hear me? That I'm trying to.
And then last but certainly not least, we have Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 right now is at an interesting point, and here's why I say that.
I think this is.
I played Street Fighter 6 a ton in 2023 and 2024, right? Then I gave it a rest. Then I went back to it. Then I gave it a rest, and I went back to it. I've now been playing Street Fighter 6 actively for about 2 months. And in the 2 months, basically what happened was, I played it, started playing with my characters again, got back into the groove of things, and then the Alex update released. And when Alex came out, everyone wanted me to try Alex, and I played him for about a week, okay? And then I was notified that basically all the characters who I use had been tweaked, that a lot of them had been interestingly changed to have new things that they can now do, that their gameplay had been improved, and that I should check them out again. And so you guys voted and said, we want Honda. And so for the last 3 streams that I have played Street Fighter 6, you had said you want me to keep playing Honda. I feel like Honda has very good improvements based on the fact that he can now combo his hands a ton, which is absolutely great. And to be honest, I'm actually learning some better strategies with Honda that previously I didn't know. All right, so I'm getting better with him. My execution's getting a little better, my combo ability, and in general, my game was upped because of these tweaks and because I'm kind of playing him at a high master level, okay? So the last 2 streams with Honda have basically been me around 1550 rank points, trying to get higher, and I'm right stuck around there. I think last time I ended at like 1560, so I did increase, I did win more than I lost, but it's like almost borderline 50-50 wins with Honda. Reason being, most people at that level are playing constantly. These are people who like, you know, Street Fighter 6 is their hobby, they love playing it all the time, they know the matchups. It's frustrating when like I play someone, and I know that they have so much more experience and matchup knowledge than I do. You know, an Aki player, who literally outplays my Honda because she knows the match so well. Fireball. Okay, what's he going to do? Well, if he jumps, I can anti-air him. If he neutral jumps, I can dash in and mix him up. If he just stands there, well, then I win because he stays away. He's eventually going to take damage from a fireball, and then I'll outpace him, and that's the match. So what do I do?
No.
I don't know. I don't play the game enough to know the matchup. So I just get outplayed by more than character knowledge than anything else. And that's frustrating because if I had a top-tier character who had a fireball, who had a perfect reversal, this is not a problem.
Get good, my dude. Get good. Not good anymore. I don't think you ever was. Hey, somebody donated.
It's only because I'm playing like a character like Honda that I get kind of stuck, and I can't really figure it out. So, here's the thing. I played Honda 3 times in a row. I do enjoy playing with Honda, okay? And I think that if I'm going to level any character up more quickly than others, it's going to be Honda, because I'm playing good with him, I've learned his changes, and things are going well in rank. But I've now played with him 3 times. There's still Lily, who has interesting changes. Dalsim has had some interesting changes. And I keep doing polls, and people keep voting for Honda because I've told everyone, listen, if I'm going to play with Lily or Dalsim, I got to go to casual play first. I have to mess with these changes and see how they're implemented before I go online and start doing ranked. And everyone's like, play ranked, play ranked, play ranked. So it's just been Honda nonstop. So today, again, for Friday Night Fights, we're going to do a poll, and we're going to see do people actually want me to take the time to try to go and learn Dalsim or learn Lily, or is it just going to be more ranked Honda? I'm okay with that if that's really what people want. And again, I keep explaining to you guys that the only way I will get good at a game like Street Fighter 6 is to play the same character over and over so I can learn. If I play Honda, then Lily, then Dalsim, then Zangief, then Blanca, then Sagat, then Alex, and then I go back to Honda, I've forgotten everything or I'm rusty. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, people want variety, but if you ever actually want to see me try to get higher ranks, it's got to be with Honda right now. That's how I'm doing. Sticking with that character, playing them in ranked over and over.
That's why when I play on this, I get to the content. Well, I don't really have any stories to tell you, like, oh, this happened today. I went to work with like a half day. We got the shit done. The only thing I got a little annoyed, well, not enough to bitch. Enough. No, but I can make a joke off it. And I did. Basically, I had to get something done, but I go in the machine, clean it. But someone else in the machine cleaned it, but had to start it up. So I had to get out of the machine because I open the door, and if the door is open, the machine won't start. So I would have been done probably 40 minutes sooner than it took me. I'm somebody who don't like standing around doing nothing. But I don't like fucking standing around with my finger up my ass.
I'm going to level up. All right? So let's see how it goes tonight. Let's see what you guys vote for. I'm down for whatever, but I'm curious about what's going to happen for Friday Night Fights tonight. All right? So currently, that's where we kind of are with all the playthroughs. I've been told we're more than halfway through Dragon Quest VII, but the problem is Dragon Quest VII is by far the least attended, least engaged, and least supported stream regularly that I do. So because of that, I'm playing it less than everything else. That's why it's still lingering. It's still going to be going for weeks and weeks if we're only playing it once a week. Just being honest. Okay.
on,
Everything else is kind of in
the-
limbo, like Pokemon. I don't even think we're halfway through Pokemon yet. In regards to Retro Replay or Retro Rewind, we're about halfway through the game. I think last night we hit level 10 and we're about to hit level 11 out of 20. So we're about halfway through. Probably another 1 to 2 weeks. We actually might beat Retro Rewind or at least hit the wall where you can't do anything else until they update it again and add more content. RimWorld has no end. Like RimWorld, we're gonna probably keep playing and restart even if the settlers die. You know what I'm saying? And Crimson
So-
Desert, I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface.
Right now, where I'm at, it been an hour. I feel bad making you guys wait on my main channel 8 minutes for me to set everything up. But this dude don't give a fuck. Let me speed it up a little more.
Surface yet of what the game is. So at this point, we have an interesting variety, right, of games that I'm playing. Very big difference in what the games are. I'm enjoying all of them, and I'm cool continuing on with this in our schedule for the next couple of weeks until new games start hitting in April, because there are going to be a bunch of games hitting in April, which we'll talk about in a moment. Before we get to that, I think that we should do shout-outs because people have been contributing, and I've been talking for 20 minutes straight, and I want to give credit where credit is due and see what's on everyone's mind, okay?
It's been 20 minutes.
So we start off with Free JT, who gifted a membership
I
this
thought
morning.
it'd been
For some bizarre
like
reason, it didn't pop
fucking
up on the
40
screen.
minutes.
But I saw in chat he absolutely did give out a membership. Thank you for your early support here, Free JT. Momo Chai with a $15 super chat to start off the day today. Thank you so much, Momo Chai. And Momo Chai says, I'm currently on chapter 8 of Crimson Desert. I'm really excited for you to play the game further. These streams are my favorite. Much love. Thank you to Momo Chai for the early support for Crimson Desert today. Like I said, I am intrigued to continue with the game to find out what else is in there that they're going to keep throwing at me. As long as we stay entertained, I'm good with the variety. I just hope that we stay entertained and don't get bored. It actually was getting more interesting the further in that we got, okay? Lance Catamaran on Kick has gifted our first Kick.
You have to look at that. Look at the YouTube chat and look at Kick. The Kick chat is going fast, my dude.
Support of the day, a gifted sub, so thank you to Lance for the gifted. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you, Lance. Gabriel the Blessed, celebrating 36 months, 3 whole years. As a supporter of the channel on YouTube, says 3 years, let's go, with the dab emo. Thank you so much to Gabriel for 3 years of support on YouTube. That is amazing. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, I think this dude, what is his fucking goal? How much? And it probably is not. He probably got gifted. Let me look. Yeah, I think this dude is on the high one. I'm like, so $5. All right. So let's do the math. 5 times, well, that'd be 60. Oh, 5 times 12, 5 to 10 times 3, 108, 180 bucks. This dude, oh, somebody spent on him. Let us see how this dude, yeah.
Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you. I'm really excited for you to play the game further. These streams are my favorite. Much love. Thank you to Momo Chai for the early support for Crimson Desert today. Like I said, I am intrigued to continue with the game to find out what else is in there that they're going to keep throwing at me. As long as we stay entertained, I'm good with the variety. I just hope that we stay entertained and don't get bored. It actually was getting more interesting the further in that we got, okay? Lance Catamaran on Kick has gifted our first Kick support of the day, a gifted sub, so thank you to Lance for the gifted. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you, Lance. Gabriel the Blessed, celebrating 36 months, 3 whole years. As a supporter of the channel on YouTube, says 3 years, let's go, with the dab emo. Thank you so much to Gabriel for 3 years.
180 bucks. I would think he would do something, but he barely react to a gifted sub. I think I'd be, well, probably won't because I'm not the only one person in here, but I might be in the chair dancing. Fucking be happy because I'm Kick with $5, man. What? And he got donate, I think, $15. And this dude, yeah, 15. He don't give a fuck.
Support on YouTube. That is amazing. Thank you, thank you. And then we got a $2 tip, so our first tip of the day, from an anonymous tipper who says, personally, I would love to see you try JP. You know what's funny? When the game first came out, okay, launch week, I tried a variety of characters. Some of them I stuck with, many of them I did not. For example, DJ, support on YouTube, that is amazing. Thank you, thank you. And then we got a $2 tip, so our first tip of the day.
Why just say we got a tip, read it out, and if we have to say the amount, say it at the end. Don't make it seem like we're all about the fucking money. Trust me. I'm a money honey motherfucker. That's why I work fucking shit tons of hours, and that's why I kind of irritated because I didn't got 50 hours this week. And I used to get fucking more. I'm kind of sad about that.
From an anonymous tipper who says, personally, I would love to see you try JP. You know what's funny? When the game first came out, okay, launch week, I tried a variety of characters. Some of them I stuck with, many of them I did not. For example, DJ. I tried DJ, and I was like, oh, he just doesn't play anything like old DJ that I like. I don't want to play with this character anymore because I like the classic DJ, not this current iteration.
He got YouTube, but dude, he got kicked.
I tried JP, and are you aware? JP, I actually did the best with. Out of the entire, 10, 12 characters I tried in Street Fighter 6, I actually had the best.
And I don't get why this dude not on Twitch. He said, well, we take half of the money. But right now, you're not getting any because you're not even going to fucking try. Say we take half of the money, okay? But say if we do that, you get for him he put say you get 200 extra a month. That 200 extra, and if we're not doing it, 200 you're not fucking getting.
Win-loss record and was kicking everyone's butt with JP that launch week or two. But then I just never went back to him. And a lot of people ask me why. You know, I'm not sure. I know he plays completely different, right? He plays absolutely, positively, completely differently from how the rest of the cast plays. He basically tries to keep away with his projectiles and grabs and stuff like that. He has interesting setups that lead to tricks and traps. He does have some offensive attacks, but they're very basic, but they're also very good. Like most people have argued, JP has stayed among the top tier of the characters since the game released. Even though he's gone through a series of improvements and then nerfs and improvements and nerfs, he still kind of stays up there. So
on my main channel, I want to try this. I think I could get Xbox Live.
So I never really got into him. I don't know, maybe if anything, maybe I would attempt to try to play with JP in the future, but the thing is, I've explained this before, I'll reiterate, when you're going to play a competitive fighting game, especially one that's like Street Fighter 6 is the most prominent competitive fighting game, the biggest community, the most number of players, the most number of tournaments, coverage, etc. You really have to be playing it all along if you're going to hang. It's almost impossible to jump into a competitive fighting game years down the line from when it started and expect that you're going to hit the ground running and be able to hang with other people. Someone who tries to play Street Fighter 6 today for the first time is at a humongous disadvantage to those who've been playing it for the past 3 years. So for me, if I were to play with JP right now and try to learn him as a new character, because essentially that's what it would actually be a very tough situation. Why? Well, first off, let's say I wanted to study tech of JP and figure out how to play him. Now, how do I do that when the game's been out for 3 years and they've rebalanced JP so many times, you don't even know if a video you're watching applies to what he can do today. I can bring up top JP tech from 2 years ago, half that shit might not work anymore because they nerfed it or they rebalanced them. You know what I mean? So essentially, you would have to study people playing JP, try to figure out what their strategies are, try to figure out what the combos are and everything just by watching people play, because the tutorial videos from back in the day probably don't even work anymore. And then on top of that, what you got to understand is that sadly, most people who are still playing Street Fighter 6 are tryhards. Okay? I want you to understand that when I say that, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. If Street Fighter 6 is your hobby and you absolutely love it, then probably you're a tryhard. I was a tryhard for a ridiculously long time throughout the 2000s, where I loved Street Fighter so much that I played these games like crazy when almost no one else was, and I tried to be really good competitively at them. And the problem with tryhards is that they don't give up. They don't relent. They don't even take a break. They just keep going. And they think that one day they're going to make it big or they're going to be a tournament winner or whatever, even if that's not true.
Okay, let's talk about this. I probably can play it 2 times a week and fucking figure out pattern and own this dude. Maybe 3 times, and this dude will say, "You're a tryhard, tryhard, tryhard." No, I'll just figure out how to be better in the game than you.
They play like crazy. And good luck trying to get into a game again like Street Fighter 6 that's already been out for 3 years when you got people who literally just sit there playing it every night. That's their hobby. That's what they do, right? So for me, I'm someone who plays the game once or twice a week. I have a hard time hanging because these people have monstrously memorized every situation, every meta combo, every punish, every matchup. And I just casually play and try to learn on the fly. I'm not sitting there studying videos and, learning, I'm just playing, Now imagine you're a newbie trying to learn this game. Good luck and good lord, that is a steep hill to climb to be able to pull off anything in the game. So now me trying to learn a new character like JP, who doesn't even play like the rest of the cast, right? From the ground up, something brand new, it's a daunting task. So I'm not saying I would never want to do that, and particularly I like it when a new character comes out. If I play them like launch day, I usually have a good time. But then within 2 to 3 days, everyone learned the meta, and everyone already knows how to beat all these characters, and then it gets frustrating again. So that's why I haven't really jumped into new characters. Like this Tipper says, well, you probably would do well with JP. You're right. Like I never used it besides launch week. I did good launch week, but then I never really went back. Maybe I would, because the thing is, I like the zoning idea. Like I play Dalsim and I zone, and I actually like zoning with Dalsim. It's fun because it's different. If it makes the game feel variety, when most characters in this game are about being in your face, rushing down, and just offense. When you play Dalsim, it's different. You're trying to keep them away. You're trying to basically control the screen and punish their mistakes. JP has a lot of that too. So in fact, JP is the zoner of the game. Even though Dalsim can do it, he's far inferior. JP is a better zoner. So maybe I would consider in the future, just not right now, as we continue with this grind and try out the characters that have been rebalanced. I think we'll focus on that for now. Okay? There you go. All right. So, what I'd like to do now, all right, I would like to talk about what you can expect in the coming weeks of April. Because you might be wondering, well, what's going to happen in April? What games are coming out? What events are you doing? Because it's a new month and it kind of snuck in.
Maybe, my dude. Sorry, I'm setting up. I can move the mic. Are you ever gonna play the game?
Especially with that April Fool's event on Wednesday, there was no build up or anything. Oh,
What
it's a new
the
month, everyone
fuck
knows. It's
game
April
is
Fool's,
it?
right? So, let's talk a little bit about that, shall we? Okay? So here's the deal. Let's talk about next week. When I come back on Sunday, because tomorrow is my weekly day off, there will be a level 1 podcast to get caught up. There will be another major stream of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and there will be RimWorld continuing on Sunday. So for those of you who have been craving RimWorld to continue, it returns on Sunday, and we're...
Why do you hate? Who? Is that one of the dude he talked about? So I do have trouble reading. Let me get this. Oh, wait. A. Oh, is that the check?
We're going to play a stream of it and see if I can save those colonists, or if
That
they're going to pass
sounds like
away, and we make a new group, possibly
Well, no,
incorporating
that might
DLC content.
be
Okay, that'll be Sunday night. Monday
Well,
is my
I think
annual birthday bash.
K will go too. So I could give her a share. Say, hey, your mom naming you Echo a game Kyoko.
Marathon event. What can you expect on Monday? Well, it's going to be a laid-back atmosphere. I am not committing to having to do anything particularly. But some of the ideas we came up with, classic fighting games. For example, a version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, whether it's the original game or the anniversary edition that was in one of the collections. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We used to call these games the Big Four. They were the 4 fighting games that during the decade that Capcom wasn't making new fighting games, all of the competitive fighting game community held these insanely high regard and played the living crap out of them in tournament, even though there was no money in it. It was a grassroots movement to keep Street Fighter alive for 10 years. And I played the crap out of those games. I want to play them, but I don't particularly remember all the games that are in each collection, but I have them all, okay? The standard style SNES emulation controller. How far can I get in the game during the marathon? All right, so we'll see. We'll try a few things. We'll see what works. We'll see what doesn't. I'll also be drinking. Like, I still have those Cutwaters from, streams past to drink through. I'll have a few other, cocktail drinks. As for hard liquor, I don't know. Maybe I'll get something tomorrow on my day off, but I don't think I'm going to particularly be going to, the liquor store. Maybe I'll just grab something from the supermarket or something. We'll see what I feel like doing, if I want to do anything like that. But because these collections are old, will anyone actively be playing? Or is it going to end up being a whole bunch of lag, very few challengers, and we're just sitting around trying to find, streams past to drink through? I'll have a few other, cocktail drinks. As for hard liquor, I don't know. Maybe I'll get something tomorrow on my day off, but I don't think I'm going to particularly be going to, the liquor store. Maybe I'll just grab something from the supermarket or something. We'll see what I feel like doing, if I want to do anything like that. But keep in mind, it's not like it used to be. It's not like, oh, Phil hits a certain amount of support, he takes a shot. I just drink whatever I want. All right, so that's how we're going to have a nice laid-back atmosphere. Now,
I don't get it. He begged like a crack hole for money. And he have a day off. That don't make no sense to me.
I'll also be ordering some food, and I'm also going to have a piece of cake. I'm going to probably get just a nice piece of cake from my local bake shop at the supermarket to have in celebration of my birthday during the course of the marathon. In addition, there will be birthday-themed animations for next week. So when people contribute next week, you're going to see balloons, cakes, fireworks, and more going off on the stream to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Like I said, I want to keep updating the animations and have fresh stuff. So the marathon is Monday, April 6th. That is my actual birthday. We're just going to hang out with each other all day long, play old fighting games, play Mario World, drink, chill, and have a good time. That's what it's all about this coming Monday, okay? Now, for the rest of the week, we're going to balance the other games that I'm playing. Pokemon, Retro Rewind, Crimson Desert, and some Street Fighter 6. However, there is something new going on at the end of the week that many people probably are not aware. From April 9th to 11th, okay, it's 3 days, the Invincible vs. Fighting game is holding an open beta on console only. So Xbox Series S and X and PlayStation 5, there's an open beta for the Invincible Fighting game. I have never played it. I haven't really even watched foot.
So, oh, sorry for hitting the mic, but I got my hat. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you watch my main channel, you will know that my dog. Speak of the devil. I was going to say soon my dog Missy is coming and heal the devil. She a dog who know how to open doors. You coming? Missy. You coming? All right.
Footage of it, and so I'm interested in trying it out. So for Friday Night Fights, this coming Friday, not today, but a week from today, on that night, I'm going to be playing the Invincible versus Fighting game instead of Street Fighter 6 as a one-off deal to try it out and see if it's any good. I have no clue what to expect. All right, and I'm going to play it on PlayStation 5 because they don't have the beta on PC, but I'll be trying Invincible versus next Friday night live. If you're interested in the game, you want to see my take on it, come on by and hang out with me for a couple of hours, and we'll see.
Give me a second. Right, and wait a second. What is Amazon? I don't know how to spell this. Alright, sorry, I want to check that up. No, but not on PC. You worry about that. And I had to toss a bag away. I usually drink Baja Blast on the weekend. I get a 2-liter. I just brought and I got like a small liter, like a Mountain Dew. And I would just, instead of tossing the bag away, I just use it to clean up. And now Missy is laying on it. And I'm laying on the 2-liter too. Give me a second. Let me make her comfortable. Sorry about that. I can make sure Missy is comfortable and not laying on a Lido, a pop.
What I think about that first taste of it, okay? Cool. Manny to the max to the $2 super chat. Why do I hate Cammy? Because I feel like Cammy, industry.
Sorry about that. I got like a. I'm coming down with something. Yeah, I have a chronic cough. I always cough. And I know when I'm coming down with something, a bit act up, even more than I usually do.
Fighter 6, out of all the characters in the game, okay, has the easiest time when it comes to maintaining constant offense, never really being in a disadvantageous situation, and essentially having a combo path to a easy, ginormous damage combo or a throw loop with minimal effort. What I mean is almost every move that Cammy has almost instant recovery. It's very hard to punish anything that she's doing online or even react to it. The people who play her nonstop have learned the strategies that you can't react to them online. Like, how do I do the flip so they don't have time to duck? Or how do I do it so they don't have time to tech the throw? And they just do that ad nauseum with lag, and you can't get around it. In addition, Cammy is a character that is so easy to recover from any kind of a miss or a mistake. She has very low risk and
Okay, I hate when people say, "Oh, leg." The whole match will fucking have leg. Not just he said it before, but leg switch. That shit haven't been up there in a fucking while.
incredibly high reward for everything she does, and half the stuff she does you can just mash jab after and easily recover from, even if you messed it up. I mean, there's so many times that Cammy does something she misses. I go to hit her, and the person just mashes jab, and the jab starts comboing, and then they get a level 3 super, they win the match. Like, what the hell is that? That's not supposed to be fighting games. In fighting games, there's supposed to be calculated risk reward, timing. Cammy has none of that. She's just an easy mode character, period. One of the easiest characters I've ever seen in a fighting game, because everything links to everything is safe, constant, easy mode rushdown garbage. That's why I hate her. If she was harder to play, if she actually had risk reward where, she misses something, you actually can effectively punish it huge, then I would be like, she's fair. She's not. She's just bullshit, and that's why I don't like that character in Street Fighter 6. Thank you for the $2, Manny.
No, you just suck at Will.
Okay. All right.
Okay, how much people would bet that what he just drank, that bottle, had fucking booze in it?
You know what to expect next week, right? We're going to have the normal playthroughs continuing, my birthday marathon on Monday, and the Invincible versus Beta for Friday Night Fights. So that's next week. Looks like a good week, doesn't it? Sounds good. What about the rest of the month? Well, here's what's going on game-wise the rest of the month, according to the schedule that we've laid out. However, there may be more that I'm not aware of, and I obviously would like to know about that. So let's go. April is a light month for the first half. Once we hit the second half of the month, it heats up. On April 17th, okay, which is a Friday. It's 2 weeks from today, actually, okay? We've got the release of both Pragmata from Capcom and Mouse PI for Hire. Both games look interesting, unique, and could be really awesome playthroughs. So I'm going to be trying out both of those games on that day as potential future playthroughs, so let's see how they go. Will I commit to playing both long term? No. But I may play both as playthroughs if people like them. Those playthroughs may take priority over the stuff I'm doing. For example, if both those games are popular, then I'm probably going to put a game like Dragon Quest and Pokemon or both on the shelf. Why? Because those are more prominent new games, and those should always...
All games I know coming out is Wolverine and I think Grand Theft Auto 6. You got Resident Evil, yo. Give me a second. Who is this one? Oh yeah, I haven't checked the free games. What is this? Yeah, no thanks. What is this? This might be interesting a little bit for something. No, yeah, that's interesting. Alright, on Epic, we have what is coming out soon. I don't know if I can do it by month. Oh. Oh yeah, this is coming out. That coming out at the end of next month. This look interesting. Alright, let me put that on my wish list. I don't know what. Alright. Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna put this on my Alright. Sorry, Missy is moving well. Alright. Cyberpunk City. Well, there's some look like interesting games. Oh, I don't know if I can. Oh, that is it. I think she is on something. I think that is it. Oh. What here?
Please take priority over retro throwback playthroughs. So let's see what happens, okay? Later on in the month, okay, there's a game called Will Follow the Light on April 28th, and I believe that was the game that we were looking at about the guy, like a horror game where you're on a boat and you do fishing, and then you go to like an island and there's like horror elements and stuff like that. We may check that out because it looks pretty unique. And then on April 30th, it's another double release. The full release of Invincible Versus is on April 30th, as well as Saros, which is the spiritual successor slash kind of pseudo sequel to Returnal from many years ago. So that's really the big games coming out in April. However, I do get a strong feeling that there may be more stuff going on. There may be
I don't know if it was April.
More games and things releasing. We're just not aware, or maybe it's going to be more indie style stuff. But even if that's the lineup, between playing all the games I'm playing now, and then Pragmata and House PI for Hire, and then at the end of the month, games like Saros and stuff like that, I think this is going to be a good month, okay? Maybe you disagree. I think it sounds like it's going to be a great variety.
Let's see, let us check Steam. Maybe Steam had more. Yeah, this is my main channel profile. You okay? You okay, miss? I don't know what she's stepping on. What is real?
variety of stuff here on DSP Game, okay? Now, outside of that, what is the next marathon? I don't know. And to be frank with all of you, I do feel like doing the marathons monthly kind of got played out because the last couple marathons, we didn't really have great solid ideas for them. And because of that, they just didn't do that well, right? They didn't. You know, they did all right. It was like a normal day of gaming, hanging out, just playing games. But it didn't have that special feel, right? Like when you do the Christmas marathon or the Halloween marathon or hell, even the closet clean out / Indivestance Day of the summer, those feel like events. The past couple marathons haven't felt very special. Now, at least this time, we're going to have my birthday, so that'll be cool. But outside of that, I don't know what I want to do next. The one marathon I absolutely do want to do this year, I want to do the Mega Man Marathon 4 and finish the Mega Man Classic games. But I'm legit thinking I just want to not do a marathon in May. I'm thinking, May, let's just do a bunch of games. Let's do fun events, hangout sessions, whatever, podcasting. Let's just skip the marathon. Let's do this big birthday marathon on Monday, and let's give them a rest for a while and maybe re-explore in June. I'll tell you, the next one I'm absolutely, definitely 100% going to do is Indivestance Day. Let's take a look at what the date of that is this year, like what day of the week it'll be. It's going to be a Saturday, which is absolutely perfect, right? So we will do an Indivestance Day marathon, Saturday, July 4th. We're celebrating my nation's Independence Day, but also we're going to be having the vests, the hats, the gunner glasses, and everything come back for one day only. And we're going to clean out this dang closet because man doesn't need it badly. I'm going to reorganize it so I can actually access stuff in my closet and use it. And we're going to look at my classic games.
Alright, sorry about that. I figured out what she was stepping on. Sometime I just cut my hair myself. Do like a buzz cut. She was stepping on the bag of the clippers. Well, you have the blade. You can kind of make how deep you want it and all that shit. She keeps stepping on it. Sound like a bag. I say, I don't have any bags. What the fuck is she stepping on? And it was that.
Collection together, which we didn't get to do last year. So it's going to be a very awesome stream.
But didn't we got that? What is coming out? Puzzle. We don't have like what is coming out. And she opened it up. Wait, maybe miss. No, I don't see it. Alright, let's get back to this. Sorry about that.
I can't wait for it, actually. That's going to be a good one, okay? But outside of that, I just don't really see the point in doing marathons once a month. We don't even have good ideas for them. So I think after the birthday marathon, let's give it a rest. Maybe we'll do one in June, maybe not, but we'll definitely bring them back for July. Fair enough? Okay.
She willed.
I received a $2 tip. I agree Cammy is a simple character. She's not the best. There's at least 5 other characters that are more viable than her. Sagat is nuts. I didn't say. I never ever said she was the best character in the game, did I? I just think she's too easy. And quite frankly, I think she's one of the most BS characters online. Like, I feel like if I was playing Street Fighter 6 offline, I'd be able to react. For example, so many people will just either throw out the flip or will do a hit into the flip. If I'm offline, I'll just do this chop. Every time. Chop, anti-air. Easy to do. Online, forget it. I try to do it. You get grabbed. Why? Because the chop doesn't come out right away. It's delayed. So you get stuffed every time you try to anti-air that flip, which should be an easy anti-air. It just doesn't work. There's other times you just high-low mix-up, right? I cannot go from low block to high block against Cammy, or high block to low block. It doesn't work. Every single time I try to do it against the Cammy, I get hit. Like, well, every time she side switches with the knuckle, I always side switch. Half the time it'll work. Half the time I get hit, and it leads to a combo, which is ludicrous. Just for the record, Street Fighter 6.
Alright, now I think she's thinking to walk back out. Sometimes she is confusing that shit.
Is the only game where Cammy does the back knuckle and can combo off of it.
Man,
Every other game, she's back knuckle. That's supposed to be a move that goes
light
through a
off
fireball or counter
firework.
hits, and it knocks the opponent down. In this game, you're open for a combo. So she can throw it out randomly without timing, just hope it hits, and if it hits, free combo. What the fuck is that? And then if you block it, guess what? She's safe and she can attack again. That's what I mean. She's
Wait, yo, that look like we're flipping me off.
easy mode. She's not the best character in the game, but man, she's the easiest fucking character to get away with shit, particularly online. It's nonsense. Again. Almost no risk playing her, insanely high rewards, with minimal knowledge of fighting. That pisses me off, and that's why I don't like that character build.
I can wait till it comes
John
up.
Nupper, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. He says, Crimson Desert support. Watching the playthrough decided the game is for me. Well, I'm glad to have you here today. And to be quite honest, I'm almost 10 hours in, and I don't even know if the game is for me. So let's keep going. Again, thank you for supporting, because you're allowing me to play it at length and try it longer and more often and see if I like it and determine if we're going to play it longer or not. Lance Catamaran did 500 kicks, and he says, thoughts on inviting Mad TV, Bumblebee Farmer as guests for your B-Day stream? To be honest, Lance, I wasn't thinking of having any guests on my B-Day stream. At all. And then someone was like, would you have Asmongold on your birthday stream? And I was like, if he wanted to come on, if people want to let him know, you know, I wasn't planning on inviting anybody. Okay, I only did it because people kind of brought it up. I don't know if they really wanted to come on. I don't even know what I would like talk to them about because I had no plans. I also, to be frank with you, I don't want to bring negative attention on it. Asmongold is huge. If Asmongold does content with me, big deal. He's fucking completely bulletproof, right? He is. But smaller creators, you know, you get nervous that if I do anything with smaller guys, they're gonna get harassed by my trolls. That's the absolute last effing thing on the planet that I would want to happen, is because someone has a positive interaction with me, that now they get harassed by my trolls. You understand? That's the absolute last thing I would ever want. So that's why I really don't look to do stuff like that. To be frank, I would have already played with Mad TV in Call of Duty if people wanted Call of Duty, but I tried Call of Duty many times and it didn't work. People just didn't want it. They could tell me they hate this game, this is a bad one or whatever. So I just like, well, I guess it's just not worth it then. So that's why I never played. So I'm not going back to it either. I'm just gonna wait for the new one to come out. Let me put it this way. It sure sounds to me like Mad TV is like in for the long haul for Call of Duty. So when the new one comes out later this year, I would play it with them. I would join a lobby with them and play with them for sure. Why not? It's the new one. Everyone wants to see it, right? I'd be down for that. I'm not gonna play the old one, you know. Okay, so thank you for 500 kicks, Lance. I appreciate that. Did I play the animation? I didn't, did I? I was going to and I got distracted. Hold on, let me play your animation.
Someone did 500 kicks.
Here we go.
I didn't see that.
There it is. I think delayed. I might play it twice now.
Okay, like so $5.
Okay, so folks. See, I don't know what to believe. Someone has said,
yeah,
said he is considering joining the birthday stream. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's cool. Here's the deal. I'll be streaming all day Monday. If at any point he's streaming and he says, yeah, I want to jump on, let me know during the stream, and I'll try to get stuff set up with Discord quickly. It'll probably be a little messy because I'll have to hide the stream and set it all up. But what I'll do is maybe I'll prepare ahead of time in case he's ready.
One of it, to me, it sound like I'm clapping, but imagine somebody playing with a monkey. That what it would sound like.
I'll have a call screen set up, so that we at least have something we can just talk and hang out or whatever. But we'll see. Again, no pressure. It wasn't even part of my original plan for the marathon. You guys brought it up, not me. And I was like, I would do it if he wants to. I don't see the problem with that, but, you know, not a big deal or anything. Okay. All right, so, good stuff.
Honestly, I think he got so much complaint, and the fucking, what he called detractor was making fun of him. Really big time making fun of him for having that. It really did sound like somebody racking off.
Let's now see what everyone wants to talk about. If you want to talk with me, tag me in the chats. I'll type here into Kick Chat. Let's do some open Q&A. Let's see what's on everyone's mind today, because I covered, basically for an hour I've blabbed, and I've covered most of the topics I wanted to cover, the preview of April, recapping everything we're doing right now. What do you guys want to chat about? Let's see. Dungeon Keeper's Mistress, how you doing? Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. Please show my arms again. Here they are. Here are my arms. Do you see them? See how, again, like I said, the camera is so weird because both of my cameras are angled high and aiming down. Like this one has to do that or else the monitor would block it. But the way that it works is it makes everything high up look bigger. So people are like, you look like you have a light bulb head. Well, you're right, because the camera is basically it's focused on my forehead. It is. That's why the back of the microphone technically looks bigger than the front, even though it's not. That's why this stand looks huge. This stand is smaller than the microphone, but it doesn't look like that on camera. The camera is a weird angle. You know what I'm saying? So you want me to show off my arms? Like, sure, here you go. Here's the twigs that you can see because all it's doing is filming my hands giant. You know.
No.
But flavor vape is my favorite. I have never vaped, and I don't plan to.
I don't want showing on the camera, but it will watch my with the dude Skybomb. That's my main channel. You see how big I usually have camera on. If you watch my main channel, you see how big I am. That shit don't work. I have a camera just like him too. It could be pointing down. It look like we're pointing up, but at what I'm looking down, it might be. I don't know. I can stand up, then it'd be pointing up. I can put my hands to it. What he was saying, closer. And I'm still gonna look fucking big. Because I think my max is maybe 160 to 170 pounds for core. And that is just picking it up in my arm and just moving my forearm up to my bicep. With a
show my shake weights. I don't have shake weights. I do have real dumbbells that I work out with, and I made the offer on the April Fool's stream to show them to you if we hit 5 goals. We only hit 3 goals. So because we only hit 3 goals, the deal was not reached, you know, and that's it. You didn't do your half of the bargain, so you're never going to see those weights now. That's what happens, man. Sorry. That's life. Leg day, I work out with the same dumbbells, like I told you guys. I don't have a formal weight set. I just have a dumbbell set. So I hold the dumbbells and I do squats like that. And it's not fully efficient. That's why I need a weight machine. I need a weight machine to actually properly work out all the muscle groups. Because I can't right now. I need to get better stuff.
I need to start doing in my squat rack. But if you do goblin squat, that will you hold it up, but you'll hold one up with both hand and just go down like a squat. If again, he keeps saying, "I want to get healthier," so you don't need to do more than maybe goblin squats, and I mean for just in general squat. But you need to do, if you want to isolate every muscle, you have to do more than that. But if you just want to get healthy, do goblin squat. Maybe go on your tippy toe. I forgot what that called for your traps. And maybe do other one to hit your thighs. I think Missy fucking farted. I hear like something. Missy, do you fart in my office? Do you fart in my office? Our office / bedroom. Do you fart? She's trying to stink me out. But no, you don't have to do more than goblins. You don't need a whole setup. Dumbbells, that'd be good. If you want to do that one of the workout where you put your leg up and do one, basically one leg squats and just switch up. You need a chair, but not that hard. Making it harder than it is. What the fuck? Fuck. And if you want to get healthy, you don't need no fucking weights. Body weight is good enough if you just want to be healthy. And work on your diet, do that body weight workout, and you will get tone. You gonna get some size in your biceps and your chest. You gonna look tone. You're not gonna look totally ripped, but you're gonna be healthy.
Davian says, I'm hoping for more opponent variety in Street Fighter tonight. The same Aki, Honda, Cammy last time made it difficult as much
This dude
as I wanted.
don't know
Davian has a good
shit
point.
about
This is another
workout.
problem with Street Fighter 6. When Street Fighter 6 first came out, the player base was huge. Everyone wanted to play Street Fighter 6. It was a hot new thing for like 6 months, right? It was like white hot popular. Everyone wanted to talk about it and play it. So because of that, when you went to play Street Fighter 6 online, a lot of the time you'd be constantly facing a variety of new opponents and characters. You'd always see new strategies, and you'd see new kinds of stuff. It was amazing, right? The problem now is, 3 years into the game, the player base has narrowed. And even though you have newcomers, they're way down at the bottom. At the level that I'm at, master level, it's almost the same people every time, right? And the problem is, even though I have it expanded, I don't even have it as like narrow range, but expanded range, find more people. It just matches me with the same people over and over, and it's frustrating. I don't want to fight the same people every single time I play. That's boring to me. I want to face a wider variety of characters, a wider variety of opponents who play differently, so that way I'm exposed to more strategies, I'm exposed to more play styles. That's how you learn. Back in the day, that's the only way you could learn, because you couldn't even play online. You had to travel to tournaments across the country to play people from different regions of the country who had all learned different ways to play the game and different characters, and it's frustrating that now I play online, it's like the same person. What the hell? The whole point of online play is you're supposed to be able to play people from all over the place that aren't near you, so you can get variety, and the game matches you with the same goddamn people all day. It's stupid. At least maybe tonight, because I'm playing on...
Dude, then don't stream it. You might get different people. Because you have fucking people who will try to jump in. And because you're a fucking douchebag, you're going to have haters.
Friday night, maybe we'll get a different crowd. I don't know. I guess we'll see, but it is, I agree with Davian wholeheartedly. That is a frustrating thing. I don't want to play the same people over and over. It's boring. Okay? What's up, Zombie Wolfpacks? How are you? Good to see you. What's the RGB theme today? It is like a gradient of primary colors. So it's like red, green, blue, yellow, alternating. Okay? That's what you see right over there.
I got RPG, but all the RPG is in my PC because I built this PC. I want to see how it look, and I do have to do some cable management. I just tossed it in because I want to play with. I want to play on my PC.
on the wall that's red, green, blue, yellow alternating, and it creates a rainbow effect that actually, when the colors are added together, as you can see, the wall looks almost white, which is interesting. That's why I have the rainbow text up there too. I wanted to go like a cool, refreshing rainbow effect today. So there you go.
Is he gay? Is this him coming out of the closet? Is he gonna be more? How the fucking goes say it? Sassy? I don't know. I don't know if I said it right.
Can you submit clips for me to react to? Yeah, it depends on the clips, though. Like, for example, typically the Level 1 podcast is the show where I will react to stuff. If there's a game trailer, an interesting piece of news that applies to stuff that I care about, I would react to it on the show. However, I don't have a variety react show. I did. For 2 years, I actually did a show called DSP versus the Internet, where people would submit clips and I would just react to any clips about anything. It was news stories, pop culture, drama, you know, anything. And the show ran for 2 years, did all right, and then it kind of petered out. People didn't like it anymore, so I stopped doing it. So now I just cover game stuff again. You know, if you have a game trailer or something you're interested in seeing me react to or check out, I would. But if like I want you to check out this video of this guy who did something stupid, I don't care. Like, I just don't cover that kind of content. It's not my thing. It's not my forte. Not too interested in that kind of stuff. How's the weather today? I don't know. Because now that I have the air conditioning, the curtains are closed. I'm not looking outside. It doesn't look sunny. It looks cloudy to me. But I don't know. I have the AC turned on like 78 degrees. So it's on fan, and then when it gets cold or hot, it turns on and cools the room down. So it doesn't really matter to me what the weather is outside. I don't pay attention. I'll know when I go on break and I go for a walk with my wife. Oh, you cannot buy this shirt. This shirt was limited edition only for like the 6 to 8 months that I had a merch shop, and then it closed last year. So this shirt is not available anywhere. This is me as Dan.
So he
But you can't buy it anyway.
I'm gonna say I don't think he said anything interesting.
I could look at the weather app on my phone, but why would I do that? I'm indoors. I'm indoors in air conditioning. I don't need to look at the weather app on my phone.
Because but they'll Phil have it. I think he put it real. How hot is it in the real DSP is in radio? No, radio. Alright, Missy is out. So let me shut my door. But wait here. I don't know. We see that ever. But that how. But he also say, well, we 80. I said, we sure you are full crap. Alright.
No, I have no desire to put up merch. I was never a merch guy. I've explained this many times. I was never a merch guy. I don't like pushing product on my viewers. I don't like pushing referral programs, all that crap. When I was in...
You would if it fucking make you money.
The Loot Crate referral program, I barely ever talk about it. When I have merch, I barely ever talk about it. Quite frankly, I forget about it because I don't really care. I want to chill with you guys. I want you to like my content and support it for the content. Not because you want a piece of merch, because I'm selling you garbage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not all about that. The only reason I brought the merch back is because for many years I didn't have it. And then when I had that boost of attention for a few months there, working with Kino Casino, people were like, hey, do you have merch? And I was like, well, no, I don't. Well, why don't you have it? All right. Well, then it just kind of fell into my lap that someone offered and said there's a company that would work with guys like you who get harassed online. They don't really care. And it just kind of happened. And then after like 2-3 months of doing it, no one was buying anything anymore, so didn't really care. Exactly. Bosnian Hog Hunter says, you need to get an LTG-style free cash sponsorship. Is that what you want? Do you want me to, every day when I come online, you want me to be like, all right, everyone, so I need you to go sign up for this obvious scam website where it claims that you can play games online and earn money, but obviously that's not the case. You're going to lose money. But if you do it, I'll get a referral, acquisition fee that'll help me out while you get screwed. You want to push crap like that? I was just watching a video the other day.
Yes.
And the video opens. It's a video maker that I really like on YouTube. They do like video essays and stuff. And they're like, and this video is sponsored by some website where you gamble on pop culture. You can gamble on if a movie is going to be a hit. You can gamble on if a game is going to sell. You can gamble on if a music album is going to hit a certain amount of sales or a certain number of the top 100 ranking of songs. And you gamble on it. And if you win, you can win money if the movie does well. Like, let's say, for example, the Mario Galaxy movie. You could gamble on if it will reach a certain million number of dollars within a certain number of weeks. And if it does, you make money. And if it doesn't, you lose money. Does that sound like a viable business? Does that sound like it's legit? It's not. It's bullshit. It's probably a scam website where everyone signs up and they all just keep your money and you get fucked. Okay, but these are the sponsorships that these creators take, and then they start pushing, and then they have thousands of people who sign up for them that get scammed so they can make a buck. Like, dude, I don't want to do that. I want to make content that you like.
Actually, I hear that actually good. That actually work. Like some people who I know, I forgot who. I don't know if it's somebody in my neighborhood or somebody who I work with say they actually got money from it.
And you support the content. Not, oh, you like Phil, so you're going to buy a whole bunch of fucking shirts, and you're going to buy a bunch of, referral code stuff off of the site or whatever. You know who's doing this a lot that actually is annoying? YouTube. YouTube keeps pushing, tagging the products in your videos so that advertisement links show up under the video, you click it and buy it through there, and then you get a referral. Like, for example, this frame right here, this light right here, these controllers right here, I can put a link on this video tagging these products, and if you were to click the link and buy one of these products, say through Amazon, I would get referral.
Yeah, and you was doing that for a little while. I think you might be still doing that. Give me a second. Alright. I know I could do that a lot, but well, I was typing in Leprechaun because I forgot this was for the
in life, things change, and you realize, yeah, sometimes it's just another year older, right? But for me, I said just do one thing you really like, and then your birthday's worth it.
How is that? No. Oh, it looked like he stopped. Alright, let me.
Credit for it.
I can't believe he's
Now, have you ever heard me talk about that
talking.
ever? Maybe once over the last 2-3 years since YouTube implemented it. That's it. How many sales have I ever made doing it? 0. Do I care? No, because I make a good living. Because I actually get income based on people liking the content I put out, not pushing products. I'm not here to be QVC salesman and say, the Divoom Pixel 64 frame spouts an amazing resolution and blah, blah, blah. You can look this in. You can buy it now for the cost of $150 on Amazon.com and go now, click the link. I'm not going to do that. I'm here to fucking make content for you. That's worth your time. There's so many people that they lost the script. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're off key from what they should be.
And the people who do that make shit tons of money and still give you good content. So, I mean, shit tons of money and still have good content. This is you talking for well, I'm speeding up. I think he started at 1. So about fucking 2 hours. And you putting me to sleep. And I wish I fucking got some G Fuel and I can fucking wake my ass up.
Doing, because all they care about is the almighty buck. You're not going to hear me saying, oh, you need a fast cash, son. You got to click here and sign up and then cash out so I can make money. Fuck that. How about making these content people like, then they'll support you. Instead of trying to push junk on them. So the merch shop that I had, okay, was...
God damn, I love Phil. Yeah, about fucking 2 hours. An hour and 30.
very temporary. I didn't really care about it, but people had asked me for merch for years, and quite frankly, for 2-3 months, people bought a lot of merch, and then it completely petered out. No one cared anymore, so I stopped caring, and the shop got shut down, and I'm okay with that. Who knows? Maybe in another 5-10 years, there'll be another desire for DSP merch, and maybe I'll do it again. But right now, I'm not too interested. Okay? Okay.
I had to speed this fuck up.
Bosnian Hog Hunter says people always think they can outsmart the house with things like sports betting and poly market, but at the end of the day, it's gambling. Of course, it's all gambling and it's all bullshit. You know that they're going to take your money. Just accept it. There's like one person ever who goes to those sites and wins money. It's significant. And, wow, I made bank. One person. Out of the thousands that use it, one person will make money. Okay, so what would you guys like to talk about? We have about half an hour rough.
Well, the guessing if something will flop or shit. If you fucking know something for a fact, like the Mario one, that's not gonna. I bet fucking we're not gonna flop. We're gonna probably get a good score.
Left on the stream,
that
or actually on the podcast to chat. Unless we get talking about stuff that's important and we keep going, it's up to you.
Me, I'm thinking I have a 90 to 90% fucking making money. 10% flopping.
Tim the Tool says if you actually start making money on those sites, they just ban you. I would believe that too, right? Because they don't want anyone actually taking their money. They're supposed to be money printing ventures. If someone's taking their money, fuck this, let's get you out of there. See, that is the thing. Grimegrass says, well, you gotta win sometime. You're right. What they'll do is they'll hook you. They'll give you a taste, right? They get you started. They'll give you a small win, a small taste of victory, and then that's it, the rug pull. So you get hooked. Oh, wait, I gotta keep going because I'm gonna make more. And then, whoops, you'll never win again. All you'll do is piss away your money. What's up, Satan666? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream.
Dude, he should have. Wait a second. Did this dude? Let me. Because he should. Because he being a douche. Do these streams. Video. Oh, yeah. Oh, he did. Okay. I can admit that was good.
What is my mobile game of choice? I don't have one. I don't majorly play mobile games anymore. There's a couple games that I casually every once in a while open up, tap on the phone for like 20, 30 minutes. See what's going on in them, just, that's it. I don't actually play mobile games anymore. I phase them all out. Anything that I was really playing, like actually dedicating time to, is gone. Yes, that includes WWE Champions. I don't play it anymore. I just, quite frankly, two things.
Oh, you still
Number one,
play it?
I got tired of everyone online talking bullshit about it. When everyone online is harassing you for something, it doesn't matter if something once gave you pleasure. It doesn't give you pleasure anymore, right? Essentially, the culmination of this is when I played WWE Champions right here on the channel, and I did a video series on it for about a month and a half. I showed everyone what the game was. I warned you about the dangers of microtransactions and gambling. I showed you how bad it can get. How you could drop $100 and literally get nothing. Just you spent $100 freaking dollars. There's a yipping dog outside. I was like, what the hell is that noise? You spent $100 and get nothing. They completely rip you off, right? So after that, okay, essentially I was like, well, now everyone kind of knows what the game is, right? You've seen it. It's not a big deal.
Am I
anymore.
living by
maybe another couple months after
DSP?
that, and I was
He
like,
held
no,
my
I'm bored.
puppy dog.
I just got tired of it. And the truth is, I think I used it as kind of the how can I say? When I was bored, or when I was doing something and I wanted to do it while I was doing something else, it always was the thing that was there. So it just became part of the routine, it became part of like my life's daily schedule. Just open it up, see what's going on, do the dailies, do this, do that. Once basically I played it on stream, the appeal kind of faded away. You know what I mean? Like when it was a thing for me, it was a daily thing. When it became something that I showed everyone, everyone was like, well, what's the big deal? It's not that good. You're right. It's not that good. It never was. Like it was just a daily thing that was part of my routine. I was like, I just don't care about this anymore. I don't. And so I just phased it out, and I haven't played it for a very long time. I'm done with all of that. Like mobile games.
You are
cold. Maybe every once in a while, if I'm bored or whatever, I'll open up one or two. I'll see what's going on in them. I'll mess around with them. But I don't spend significant time on them. I certainly don't spend money on them. It's not worth it. You know, so it was a lot of wasted time and money over the years for me. You know, all that bullshit. You know, came out, people talking about it on the internet and everything. I moved past it for the better. Trust me. And that's why it's absolutely hilarious. You get these idiots who are still talking about it right now, actively acting like, oh, Phil's still doing it. I haven't done it in ages. I don't. It's not even part of my life anymore. I phase it completely out. I don't care. That is in my past, my rear view. I'm never going back to it because it was a huge waste of time and money, just nonsense for no reason. So fuck that shit. Okay. How many Hogans did I pull? Just wondering. At one point, on the major account that I had, when I was playing that stupid Champions game all the time, basically everyone, like whenever a new one came out, that's what you do. The new character's out. Well, you gotta spend to get them. So you play, spend, you get the new character. So you just get the new Hogan, you know? How many were there total in the game? Oh. Hogan was one of the characters that they always banked on. Like, people always wanted the new Hogan. So, literally, there was one of every class, and they started doubling up on ones of class. There was probably at least 6, if not 10. I couldn't tell you, because, you know, actively at the end, I wasn't playing anymore. And now I haven't played it in so long, I have no clue. You would think they probably have like a commemorative Hogan in there now because he passed away recently, right? They probably put a new one in there or something.
I had to look up that video.
I've never invested in meme coins. No, I have not. I don't want anything to do with that. Here's the thing. I don't want to invest in cryptocurrency. I don't want to invest in meme coins. I don't want to invest in anything like that that's going to be volatile, because there's a lot of people out there who they invest in it. It's kind of like gambling. You initially invest and you get wins. So you're like, oh, look, this turned out
like WWE Champions
to be something viable and good. Let me keep investing. And the next thing you know, you invested so much, and then what happens? The market crashes, and you lose all of your money. Isn't that what Boogie claimed happened to him? Now, who knows if anything Boogie ever said is true, but that's definitely something that can happen. Is you take your money, you put it into something, and you initially get gains, so you think that that's something that's great and viable, keep going, and then boom, rug pull, you're done. And that's definitely not something that I want to be in a situation of, you know? Chris, how are you? How's it going, man? Good morning. Well, good afternoon now.
I might have to put that into a thing. You use it for me
what?
For my main
Fart
channel.
coin? I don't even want to know what fart coin is. There's actually something called fart coin. Fart coins. Nice.
Oh.
Ay.
DSP banned someone.
Exactly. That's definitely the one I would invest in. Belch coin or fart coin would be the ones. Is there any significance of the microphone in your background? You mean this? Yeah, it's a prop. It represents that I talk and I'm a podcaster. Not that that's the only thing I do, but it's one piece of the things that I do. You know, like the one I'm doing right now. Just like there's microphones on the screen, right? It says on the air. Of course, to some extent. This person, by the way, obviously I know this person is a troll because they're asking all the questions that trolls would ask because they want to get that clip that they can highlight, right? But he's saying, do you think mobile games were an addiction? I think people would have sympathy if they knew you were battling an addiction. I've already told you. Yeah, it all started. The game that really got me hooked was WWE Supercard. And that was a long time ago, right? That was like probably a decade ago. WWE Supercard is very addicting, and it's hilarious. It's just cards. It's just, there's not even graphics. It's just fucking cards, collectible cards that you're pulling and then you fight against each other. It's a time sink. It's an addictive thing with the pulls. It's an addictive thing with playing to earn the cards and stuff. It really is. It's very addicting nature. All those games are made that way. It's very addicting to keep pulling. When you get the next thing, you get the, you know. That was the one that started. And yeah, I spent way too much time and money on that, and it led into other games after the fact because I got addicted to that formula. But quite frankly, I'm just very happy that it's behind me. And basically, a lot of the wasted time that you wasted doing shit like that, I'm now applying to more productive things. Hence why I have time to work out. Hence why I got more time to apply to spend with my wife, right? I'm not doing more things with her.
Should I play it again?
Right? Why I've been doing new animations and new things on the streams. The time is being applied to something that's constructive now. Something that results in something positive and better rather than a complete time sink waste, right? And of course, a money sink waste. It's both the time sink and a money sink waste to play that shit at any capacity, really, any capacity. Like I said, for me, I think the best way to play a mobile game, now that I've played them so many times, right? It's something you do when you're doing something else. If you're already just sitting there on the couch watching just a video on YouTube or a show, you open up a mobile game quick, you see what's in the game, you mess around with it, you tap the screen a few times, you play.
So is he telling us what he do when he hang out with wifey? Again, it sound. Alright, sorry. Well, somebody who I watched, she played it a lot for like the red pills, and she talked about politics, and she's saying it a lot. But he talked. I'm just thinking of that song.
One of the freebie ones, you do your daily shit, and then you close it. That's it. When you get to the point where they want you to spend, where they want you to invest significant time, you close the fucking thing. You're done with it. You don't waste time, money, and effort on that garbage. It's not worth it, ever. There's so many more things you could be doing in your life than that addictive action, but that's why they make it programmed to be so addicting, right? They did it on purpose. They know human nature. They know that once you get your first pull, they want you to keep going for more. And that's what I tried to expose when I played that game online 2 years ago, that you could be sitting there spending hundreds of dollars and get nothing. And that's what they want. They want you to always think, what do they call it, the sunken cost fallacy, that because you've already invested so much time and money, that it's worth it to keep going because you're eventually going to get what you want if you just give a little more. You've already given so much, why not just keep going? It's the worst thing
So
to think.
I think he just
worst thing,
talking
absolutely worst thing to do.
about what he's still going through.
It sounds like Dragon Quest 7. I don't think that Dragon Quest 7 is a sunken cost fallacy. No, I don't believe that. I genuinely like the game.
I could put more Baja Blast in my cup.
Okay. Yeah, it could be time, money, or both. It could be both. And that's the worst thing, too. It's like if it's got both your time and your money, damn. You know? Because initially the idea is that you spend so you don't have to spend. You spend so you don't have to spend the time. Does that make sense? You spend.
Hey, dude. I do like to farm to your birthday.
The money, just skip the time investment to earn whatever it is that you need to make progress in the game. Because most of these games have a free route or free path to doing everything, but it's insane amounts of time investment and grinding. So instead of the time investment and grinding to do it,
but oh, is he talking about Street Fighter?
you spend to get it at an accelerated rate. Does that make sense? But then what ends up happening is you spend, and then you're like, well, that's never enough. There's always got to be more and more. So now you're spending, and then you're also investing time.
Two
like, what the hell? What is
people.
going on? This is what they want. It's so crazy that those games don't exist. No one relates to them or anything. It's nuts. And so many people I feel probably have this problem, you know? Whereas I am so happy to be past it and to be doing productive things with my time and my money and to be out of that crap. But man, it's sick. Mozzie, thank you for $2.
All right. I'm open, you've been seething. I can't see it. Open, coping so hard.
I'd like to formally RSVP to your birthday party. Well, you are formally invited, and I will see you Monday. That is awesome. Thank you for that. Greed Goblin did a $2 super chat says, but the Hogans are worth it. Play away, play. No, they're not. They're not. That's the funny part. You get nothing for it, right? Like, you don't get anything to show for it. It's just a thing you do because it becomes a thing you do, and you're just used to doing it. So you do it more and more and more. You get into a vicious cycle, right? It's I would even argue.
Oh,
that
he was the
basically
second
once
person
people
was
started
talking
harassing me
about
online for it,
Hogan's.
all of the fun was sucked out of it anyway.
WWE
You know what I mean? Like
champion.
if you are getting harassed for something, it's not fun anymore. So, you know, that was really the end of any fun that I was gonna get doing it. And I was like, I'll just fucking play it on stream to show everyone exactly what it is.
I think for a little while, when I was in high school, me and my friend was fucking getting shit for playing Pokemon. I don't give a fuck. If I like something, I don't give a fuck what people think. They can fucking, like, fuck. They was calling us kids, fucking gay, and all this fucking crap. I still play fucking Pokemon. I don't give a fuck. If you like something, plus you are fine. If I'm not good at saying shit sometimes, at all. But if you fucking like yourself or love your life, and honestly don't give a fuck what other people think, all you give a fuck is what you think. You don't give a fuck if people give you a fucking hard time. Or fucking give you shit for what you like. You wouldn't give a fuck.
So that there's no misconceptions, and then basically to warn people about the dangers of it, to show that it's stupid. There you go. So Joint Options just insulted me and gets a ban. What an idiot.
Like, any good. Who got a ban?
Basically, once people started harassing me online for it, all of the fun was sucked out of it anyway.
Like, any good. Had to say the better way to do it is just. Is this the dude? Give me a second. You guys see it. But sometimes I do, because I do have trouble with reading. Sometimes I do have to take a picture and. But I think, like any good recover addict, say the best way to do it is just only. I think I know.
Like any good recovered addict says, the best way to do it is just casually and only a little. Same lies, same cope, same DSP. Show proof. 12:40 p.m. at the Villain Egg.
Alright, so yeah, I got it. I got most of it. Like any good recovered addict, the best way to do it is just. Yeah, the C got me off.
You know what I mean? Like if you are getting harassed for something, it's not fun anymore. So, you know, that was really the end of any fun that I was gonna get doing it. And I was like, I'll just fucking play it on stream to show everyone exactly what it is, so that there's no misconceptions, and then basically to warn people about the dangers of it, to show that it's stupid. There you go. So Joint Options just insulted me and gets a ban. What an idiot. And now we got a $2 tipper who's also an idiot. See, I'm not taking any of this nonsense bait from idiots. Nah.
Who is the two?
Invited, and I will see you Monday.
Who was $2?
All right. What else would you guys like to talk about today? We still have some time for Q&A and chill fun. What would you like to discuss?
I saw.
We're going to play the game. Don't worry. After the podcast, we take a short break, and then we're going to play the game for a good amount of time this afternoon.
Is he still playing the? Is he
Princess
still
Luna, thank you for getting the membership.
talking
I appreciate
or
it.
playing the game? He's still talking.
Oops, it's $3. Thank you, Princess Luna.
Okay, I started late, and it's gonna be 2 hours, and he's still fucking talking. Is he waiting for like he get a certain amount of donate?
I already did a whole segment on the PS5 price raise last week when it happened. So if you want to know about my thoughts about that, go check out that show from last week. We actually went through, I discussed it all in big detail.
Send a. No.
What
We got-
what noise? I didn't hear any noise. Was there a noise on stream? Yeah, anyone
If
who
he
got the PlayStation
was
5 already, good for you. Congrats.
waiting
Anyone who got PC
for-
early, congrats. Like, man, am I lucky that I got my gaming PC in 2024, and then I got my capture streaming PC very late 2024, early 2025, whatever it was. Because can you imagine? And now, right now, if you had to buy stuff, like, what if it told me to buy a PC right now? I would bet just to buy the equivalent of one of my PCs right now would cost like $1,000 more for no reason. The same shit. It's ridiculous.
No, you can get a good. You don't need a streaming PC. Well, he's not gonna build one, but okay, let me. PC. Let me look for a already built PC. Alright. If he want a streaming PC, I see a good one for $700. It could be a little better. Alright, something a little better. Hey, this is good. 16 gigs. That is okay. You could do a little better, but only trouble with this one, it don't have a graphic card. Right here. So $700. I thought it would say we had a graphic card in it. Nope. But toss in a 3050 or a 4070, and this should be good. It'd be a little cheaper. This hacker. I have a graphic card in it. Not a good one. You can build a. Oh well, we'll probably build it cheap. Make it right here. I see a multiple. You might have to get a. Yeah, I don't see if it have Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, we have Wi-Fi. So the CPU and the motherboard is $200. You can build a cheap PC. Yeah, I could go on DDR4. I mean, not really that the new CPU, but hey.
Dusk Blood was confirmed for this year, was it? Interesting. It'd be good to play something from Soft this year, because last year we had Night Rain, and that wasn't great. It was just okay, and I only played it a couple times and got bored. So it'd be great to have something from Soft this year. What graphics card do I have? I believe you can use the PC command. Let me see if this still works. It should. The PC command gives you the screenshot of my PC stuff. There it is. Yep. Go ahead and check it out. That is the two PCs that I currently use right now. So my graphics card for gaming is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super, which I'm sure is massively outdated because that was a PC. It's a PC from mid-2024 that I use for gaming. So I'm sure already there's 5 generations of new cards that have come out that completely out.
All right, what did he say?
What graphics card do I have? I believe you can use the PC command. Let me see if this still works. It should.
Graphic card.
The PC command gives you the screenshot of my PC stuff. There it is. Yep. Go ahead and check it out. That is the two PCs that I currently use right now. So my graphics card for gaming is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super.
Okay. What he said?
This year.
Oh, it had to be the 40 card. Yeah, I don't
What graphics
think
card do I have? I believe you can use the PC command. Let me see if this still works. It should. The PC command gives you the screenshot of my PC stuff. There it is. Yep. Go ahead and check it out. That is the two PCs that I currently use right now. So my graphics card for gaming is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. Which I'm sure is massively outdated because that was a PC. It's a PC from mid-2024 that I use.
Alright, so it 16 gigs. And how much this costs? $800. Oh. So $900. Not bad. And I think it's a little better than my GPU.
For gaming. So I'm sure already there's 5 generations of new cards that have come out that completely outclass mine, right? I'm sure.
Funny, no. On the next gen, the 50 cards. So I think my graphic card outclass the 4070 Ti. Then again, the super version of that, but I think his card outclassed mine. So it now I will think of it, it actually is 6 cards, but not generation. So the same card came out. Well, that might be better than the 4080.
All right, seems like stuff's slowing down. If you guys don't have anything to chat about, tag me in the chat if you want to do some more Q&A. Like I said, I covered my topics that I had to cover for today. I'm good. So if you guys have anything you want to chat about, if not, what's going on, Ray Ray's? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Sylvania says you're actually fine because NVIDIA's been dragging their heels on newer generations because they're focused on AI instead. Wow. How old am I this time around, and do I have plans for the big 5-0? Well, let's think. I'm 44 years old as of Monday. 44 years old. Not young, old, because I'm getting older. I'm not one of these people that hides my age. I'm not one of these people that pretends like I'm younger than I am. All right, I'm never going to do that. I'm going to age gracefully as much as I possibly can with a melted face. Okay? So, 6 more years, right? So that would be 2032. I'll turn 50. I don't know. Should we do a big, ginormous celebration for me turning 50 years old? What should we even do? I don't know. Just like, in 2 years' time, it's my 20th anniversary as a content creator. 20 freaking years. When we hit 2028, it will be fall of 2028 is the anniversary, 20-year anniversary. Again, what do we want to do for that? We'll do stuff. We'll figure out what we'd like to do. I don't know. Ed Manuel Claudio, thank you for a $10 super chat. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for supporting the show, and hopefully we'll stick around for some Crimson Desert after the podcast ends. It's okay, my body is 24, says Mozzie. No. See, this is the thing. If I was actively working out the way I am now for my whole life, I'd actually look good. I would. The problem is, I worked out when I was in my early 20s, and then mid-20s until last year, I didn't really take care of myself. And now I'm taking care of myself in my 40s, and my body is never going to be like it would have been if I had worked out the whole time. That's the problem. If I had good diet and worked out for all those 20-plus years, I would look great. There's people in their 40s who look amazing, and I will never have that. It doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter how much I try. My body will never get there because I didn't take care of it. When you don't take care of your body, sadly, it's going to fall into disrepair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how much I work out or whatever. My arm is never going to look like the arm of someone who's been working out for the past 20 years. It doesn't matter how much I bench. I'm never going to have giant, huge, muscular pecs like someone who's been working out for the past 20, 25 years. It's never going to happen. I mean, they're freaking professional athletes and pro wrestlers who work out like crazy and still can't get it because they weren't doing it when they were younger. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about that. There's just shortcomings of the human body. And that's just, you got to kind of accept it. I'm just happy that I'm feeling better. You know what I mean? Like, I legit am feeling much better than I did just a couple years ago, where I felt like shit. Now I'm feeling much, much better. And that's what it's all about. You know, having the better diet, actually knowing that you are healthier than you were and feeling better in general, you know, knowing that I'm going to be around probably longer than I would have if I kept treating myself like shit. That's definitely a good thing. But do I have the body of a 24-year-old? No. Will I ever have the body of a 24-year-old? No. Doesn't matter how hard I work. Even if I get this workout machine and I'm working out 5-6 days a week, different muscle group, hardcore, I will.
All right. No. You can, again, maybe not look like fucking a bodybuilder, but you can look like better than a 25-year-old who work out. You don't have to be fucking. He really don't know shit about working out. Sorry, I just fill up my Baja Blast.
Never have the body of other people who've been working out their whole life. It will never happen. It's just not possible.
No, it's possible. You just have to actually know how to work out.
People are telling me Asmongold responded to the birthday invite, but I haven't seen the response. No, I have not seen the response. He hasn't DM'd me or anything anywhere. So. Hey, Manuel, another $5 super chat says, can you wish my son Ramses a happy birthday? He's a big fan. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday to Ramses. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and hopefully you do something special. But what I always say is this, okay? On your birthday, you should always do something, whether it's for 5 minutes, 50 minutes, or 5 hours, whatever it is, do something that you really like to do on that day for yourself. You deserve it. It's your birthday, right? So then at least, even if the rest of the day is terrible, you can at least say, I did one cool thing on my birthday that's memorable that I can remember. So whether it's you play your favorite video game, you go play a sport, right? You go eat your favorite food, you know, whatever it is, sing your favorite song, who knows, right? Maybe you're a musician, play your instrument, just do it. Have a little bit of fun on your birthday to say you did something that you like, and then at least it'll feel like something special happened. There you go. Because so many people make birthdays out to be this ginormous thing. I need to have a party. I didn't get a million presents I wanted. Oh, I didn't get to spend a million hours of time with people who I want to be with. It's not always like that. And especially for me as I get older, you know, in life, things change and you realize, you know, yeah, sometimes it's just another year older, right? But for me, I said just do one thing you really like and then your birthday's worth it. There you go. So thank you, Ed, for the $5, and I hope that your son has a great birthday. Momo Chai just did a $5 super chat. Can you wish my dad a happy birthday? He's turning 54 on April 11th. Happy birthday to Momo Chai's dad. I don't know his name, so it's kind of awkward. But happy early birthday to Momo Chai's dad. Sounds good.
He's still talking.
Someone to me $1 says, serious question as someone who went completely bald. Have I ever considered hair loss medication to keep my hair, or have I accepted that you eventually will go completely bald? To be honest, I don't think I will go completely bald. I think my hairline will be patchy and shitty, but I don't think I'll ever go completely bald. If I was going to go completely bald, it probably would have happened already. Because like I said, on my mom's side of the family, all the males on my mom's side of the family went completely bald earlier in their life than I started to even lose any hairline. So I think that I have enough of my dad's genes that it kind of offset the pure baldness. But I do think that sadly, yeah, it will probably even get worse than this as I tend to get older. And it's my choice. Like, I don't really care. My wife has already said she doesn't care. I've asked her about doing something about my hair, about my beard or whatever, and she's like, she likes it as it is. So as long as she's happy, I'm happy. Does that make sense? I don't care. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. I'm not some kind of a guy who's vain and thinks that he's good looking. I don't think I'm good looking at all. I think I'm ugly. I think my face looks like it's melting, and there's nothing I can do about that. I've lost a lot of weight. I've worked out. I'm healthier now, and my face still looks fat and chubby. And there's nothing I can really do about that. It will look like that probably for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do about it because I didn't take care of myself for so long. That's what happens, you know? I don't think that I'm ever gonna have the body of a 20-year-old, no matter how hard I work out. It will look old, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I don't care about my hair not being perfect and having a receding hairline here and here. You know, that if I put my head down, you can see like a part line there in the middle of my head where there's a little bit less hair. There's a spot on the back of my head with a little bit less hair. As long as it doesn't bother my wife, it doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not trying to be someone who's like, oh, look at me, I'm good looking, and you know, I don't care. Nor should I. I'm happily married. My wife likes how I look, so why do I care, right? Dow's Auto Chick, if Mad TV wants to talk to me about that, he can talk to me about it. Why are you speaking on his behalf?
You always want to look good, so when you're out in the public, you don't embarrass your sister or the.
I think that's a bit weird. Thanks, Mozzie, for $2. A cheesy pun. I appreciate that. Okay. Is it true Fish Tank approached me to be a guest host for season 5? I don't even know what Fish Tank is. So no. What the hell is Fish Tank? I really have no clue.
What is... What?
What side of my family is Polish? It's on my mom's side. So my mom is half Italian because her dad is pure Italian. Okay. On the other side, her mom was half Polish and half something else European, which my mom doesn't even know. She doesn't know if she was like Ukrainian or something else like that, but she knows that there was certain like cuisine and stuff that they had that seems like it was from maybe perhaps that region. But mostly it was Italian food and Polish food in our house growing up. It was.
He was picking his nose.
They got Bam Margera to host for season 5, but you would have been a lot better. How would I have been a lot better? I don't know anything about it. I've already told you, I hate reality TV. The only reality TV that I can stomach is like cooking shows. That's about it. I can't stomach any of that shit, that Real World, you know, or like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Any of that, I can't watch it. It drives me fucking bonkers. I don't find any entertainment value whatsoever, which is why I tell you guys I would never watch Loud Cow Live. That's the opposite of something that I would see for entertainment. I don't like it at all. So, if you're telling me it's that kind of a show, it would be torture trying to watch and host and be part of it. I'd be like, fuck this. I can't stand it. It's like you're a guest star, you're not actually torturing people. That's what someone just... They don't. So maybe you should analyze your life, look in the mirror, like, why did I just spend 50 hours to do that and celebrate? That's pretty stupid.
What happened?
whoa, Crimson Desert's blowing me away. I'm 50 hours in and I just unlocked the Barber. I read that post and I'm like, that's not praise. That's dumb. That's a harsh criticism. The game took 50 hours of your time to unlock an arbitrary task that should be part of the easiest part of the game to unlock. That's not a brag. That should be something that you're like, what's wrong with this game? But for some bizarre reason, there seem to be people who just have so much fucking free time in their lives that they think that's a good thing. I had to invest 50 hours of my life to unlock something arbitrary. Woohoo! No, that's cracked thinking. People who have busy lives don't want to waste 50 hours to unlock an arbitrary game mechanic. They don't. So maybe you should analyze your life. You're like, why not spend 50 hours to do that and celebrate? That's pretty stupid. There you go. Dapian says, I would just be disappointed if I only get a few hours of spare time.
What I know with an open world game, you probably beat the game and come back to it and do a mission meant for like you level 1. I mean, and you be level fucking 85.
To sit down and play a game. I sit down and play Crimson Desert, and it's just like the last stream we did together where you just follow the soldier around, carry bags, hit, fucking stakes. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine if you're a busy adult, right?
You saw that? He was good at doing that motion. I really do think he rack off very much.
You want to play Crimson Desert, and you only have a few hours to play, and out of the 3.5 hours you played, 20 minutes was climbing the mountain fighting the enemies you had the boss. That was great. The rest of the time was a waste of your fucking time. Wow, what a great game. I'm really glad I bought Crimson Desert, huh? It seems like the people who like it most are people who just have the most time to fucking waste.
I would like open world games.
Finale Gotham says, this is good feedback. Thank you, Finale Gotham. He says, stuff like the Barber depends on what you focus on. Some can get the Barber early and others might not even find it until 200 hours in. The game needs to get better at telling you how to unlock things so you know where to focus your time. That's the point I was making. Like, there's people who by the time that they got to the Excavator or whatever the hell his name is, the boss that I died to a million times, right? They'd already played for like 20, 30 hours. They had leveled up a huge amount. They had all these abilities and combat things.
Maybe people don't give a fuck.
Better weapons, better, everything leveled. They went right in there and said, oh, he wasn't that tough. Or you could just end up doing that first like I did, and now he's like impossible. Like, why is the game made like that? Why not explain what's meaningful, what's not, in order to do stuff? Why not actually respect the player's time more? Because I think that's really where the problem lies with Crimson Desert. It throws an insane shit ton of stuff at you that you can do, but it doesn't value your time to tell you what you should do. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing The Witcher 3, there's a main plot line that you can just focus on. There's side quest lines that you can do. They're clearly defined. You know that this is the main quest, and if you keep going with that, that's going to be very meaningful. Now, if you decide to veer off that path and do this, that's your choice, and you can get more content out of the game if you choose to do all of that, or you can skip it all, and that's up to the amount of time investment you want to give the game, right? In Crimson Desert, you don't know what the fuck's going on. What is this mechanic? What is that? Does this exist? What's this? Nothing's explained. Well, I'm sorry that I don't have a full-time investment of life to play Crimson Desert. Because it seems like that's what it's getting at. If this is the only game you're playing, and you're playing it many hours a day, and you're sinking all that time and effort into it, you'll really love Crimson Desert. But if you're a person who has a busy life, or you juggle multiple things, or you just don't want to play one thing, and you actually want to maybe jump into Crimson Desert from time to time, like most people enjoy video games, it actually sucks. Because you don't know what the fuck's going on, and you end up not having meaningful use of your time.
Not because he fucking butthole. He suck at game, people making fun of him, and also butthole because it didn't make him money.
Bono said, well, I heard about the Mutant Collection, Maximum Marvel Mutant Collection, or whatever it's called. That's the classic X-Men games. But we looked into it, and all the reviews are poor, stating that basically they only implemented online play for the X-Men beat-em-up game and nothing else, and even for that game, it doesn't work. Hence, you just play the games offline as like emulated versions of the games, and that's it. Apparently, there's not even any features or anything in the collection. It's a really bad rip-off collection. So that's why I'm not really interested in it. Yeah, Joshua, someone told me that last time, because we're now like 9-10 hours in, and I keep seeing the prompt to steal items in Crimson Desert, but I can't. And last time I said, what gives? Why can't I steal? And people told me you have to find some mask or buy a mask, and if you have a mask, then you can steal items. How the fuck would you know that? You don't. Again, this is the kind of game, you either need to study a bunch of shit on the internet, or back in the day would have been you had to buy the strategy guide to even understand it, to like it. Okay? What pisses me off about that is that we're honest about it here on my stream, right? Like, I'm not saying Crimson Desert is a bad game by any means.
Dude, he literally on the thing that you can look something up. You literally on YouTube. You can look the fucking shit up if you need some help.
I don't like the combat, but I think that the graphics are good. It's got a ton of content. There's substance here. I understand why certain people would like it, right? But what pisses me off is these creators on the internet who like now say, well, the reason you don't like Crimson Desert is because you're playing it wrong. You're supposed to understand that the story isn't the focus. You're supposed to understand that it's about massive time investment, exploring and discovering all of these things, even though the game explains none of them. And shame on you if you were expecting the game.
Again, open world game. The open world game do that. They don't really tell you shit. And people like it because you can go wherever you fucking want.
To actually put effort into teaching you about it, because that's not this game. You have to play with an open mind and an open schedule, because if you don't, you'll never enjoy Crimson Desert. So what you're telling me is my criticisms aren't valid because I'm applying the same criteria to Crimson Desert as I would literally apply to any other video game? No. My criticism is valid. Yeah, you can argue if you play it a certain way, it's a better experience. That doesn't mean that that's the way that everyone needs to play it or should be expected to, or that everyone has the situation to even enjoy it at that level. The game should be criticized for people who think that it has shortcomings because it doesn't play like other games. That's a valid criticism. And to just dismiss it and say, you're doing it wrong, you're the problem,
You know, not all games gonna play it like all other games.
think that's insanely wrong. Who are you to lecture the internet and tell them they're not playing the game right because it doesn't play like other games? Like, that's like saying you sat down in a car, okay, and you're gonna drive it. Oh, but this car, it doesn't start like other cars. You have to figure out this way to start the car, but it doesn't tell you how. It's not a key and it's not a button. How the fuck do I start the car? Well, I'm frustrated because I don't know how to start the car. You're doing it wrong. What do you mean? Every car starts the same fucking way, just not this one for some reason. I sat down in what I expected to be a car, and
Well, you just admit not all cars start the same. Some have buttons, and some you have to put a key in it to start it. And I think with some, you have to do other shit. Well, with some cars, you have to, because if you drink too much and drive, you have to blow in a tube to start your car. Maybe multiple ways to start a car because people trying to fucking make it more easier or more tech savvy, or stop fucking people drinking and driving. I think soon we're gonna have one for fucking smoking weed.
thought I would start it today. But now I gotta solve some elaborate fucking thing to figure out how to start this car when every other car is easy. Well, that's your fault. No, it's not, stupid. It's the game developer's fault. It's not my...
Dude, when you buy a car, they give you a manual. And your manual for the game is the internet. Oh, you can go in the menu.
fault because I have an expectation as a gamer that your game will play like a video game. And you shouldn't be lecturing other gamers, telling them they're doing it wrong because you have unlimited time to invest in this particular game while everyone else is kind of fucking busy with life.
I haven't played it, but I think I probably can be better than you.
Sorry.
And I won't, because how fucking coping and seething you are. I won't say you playing. Well, I would just call you a fucking dumbass.
I don't even know who this person is. Here. I know, like I said, it's not that I don't like the game. It's just one of the weirdest games I've ever played. It really is. The fact that it's actually as dividing in opinions as it is, I think is the direct result of people who literally don't have anything to do but play Crimson Desert, and people who have other things to do but still would like to play a video game. I actually think that might be what's separating the opinions on the game. There's people who literally sat down when it came out and played for 2 weeks straight, and all they did was invest time in this game, and they love it. And there's other people who are like, well, I want to play Crimson Desert when I have a chance, and I'm very confused. And there's other people who are like, well, I want to play Crimson Desert, but I also like this game, and I also like this game, and it's going to be one of the many games that I play for my hobby, and I'm very confused. Bono's Techbo says, most gamers want to relax and have fun. They don't want the game to be like a job and work to figure it out. You know what, Bo? I'm actually going to disagree with you there because of one part that you just said there. Most gamers. I actually feel now in the actual landscape of gaming, okay, there actually are a huge chunk of gamers that just want to invest a ton of time in what they're doing in games and actually treat it like work. I'm not kidding. I think there is. If you want to see the evidence of...
No, it's just like playing fucking games, and that is still relaxing. People who treat it like fucking their job is the streamers. Not all streamers. Fucking this dude. And the people who play in a video game for a living. Like, people go for, like, competition. I stream games, and I still fucking treat it something I like to do.
That there's entire genres of games that are out mostly on PC, but they're like sim games.
And what I mean like that, I'm gonna play the game anyway. And I figure, why not try to talk to people? If I find a way to do it better, I can probably show them by in the stream.
But the sim is just, it's work. I'm serious. It's like tedious work. There's no real payoff for doing it. It's just you're doing work. Why did I spend money to buy a sim game that makes me work when I could actually go get that job in real life, do the fucking work, and get paid for it.
Sorry about that.
That really you're paying money to simulate a
I
job.
thought
And if
I
you were doing
heard
the real
something.
job, you'd actually make tons of money. So why are you simming the job? Just go do it, right? That blows my fucking mind that people do that. You know what I mean? So if there's an entire genre of that.
Maybe people just like to do that. Maybe people have a better job but don't want to go and do that job. And want to see how the job look without asking. Again, if they have a better job, quitting that job and going to that job, just see how it is.
And it's popular and it's prominent and it makes money, then obviously there's people out there that aren't seeking video games as a way to escape, as a way to relax, as a way to unwind. They're actually seeking video games as a way to engage their brain at a level where it feels like they're doing something meaningful, and that releases the endorphins. And it could literally be you're playing Crimson Desert, the game doesn't hold your hand, okay? And you decide, I just want to invest 80 hours in just exploring and figuring it out for myself. And when you understand the mechanics, you're like, ooh, and the endorphins release. There's some people who actually like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be clear, at all. And I'm going to play Crimson Desert as that style of game and try to enjoy it for what it is. As long as you guys are along for that ride with me, I will do that. But you have to understand that's how they've designed
This is why we have fucking yellow paint in games.
the game. It's going to be clumsy. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be confusion. I'm going to need help because this game does not explain jack diddly shit. And they expect you to learn things to advance. I never would have beaten those bosses if I didn't know to level up the power.
Again, if the game, people who make the game figure you have fucking common sense to go into the fucking in the options and see what the buttons do. And again, have common sense. If you don't know what the buttons should do, you can try stuff and win. But again, you're talking about a open world game. Something that have like over fucking 10,000 hours in the game. They're gonna have fucking shit. You're not gonna know where is it. I think maybe Skyrim have fucking something in there. Somebody still haven't fucking find it.
Strike and then stun and dodge and hit. I never would have, you know? And the game didn't explain any of that. You just need to somehow know or fuck about until you wasted enough time that you figured it out for yourself through trial and error. Again, I'm not saying the game sucks. I'm just saying it's definitely not taking the path that most games take to explain the mechanics to you so that you can enjoy it right away at face value. You have to have a ton of free time to invest in this game to really like it, and that's not for everyone. I think that's why we have this big dichotomy when it comes to people who like it and people who hate it. The people who have stuck around and invested more time in it, over time have played it more and then said it's good and upvoted it, which is why it started with like a 50% rating on Steam, and now it's like 80. Because the people who stayed and played like it more, the more time they invest in it. But the casual player can't enjoy this game, and they're out. But is it within anyone's right to say you're doing it wrong? No. Not everyone has a life where they can just sit around playing video games all day, so they have a right to criticize the game and say, yeah, it should explain shit, it sucks, it doesn't, I don't like it. Poor Math, yes and no. He says you have that life, sire. I don't know why he called me sire. The joke of the king.
Again, I would not say you doing it wrong. I would just call you a dumbass.
On Wednesday, it's not April Fool's Day. Yes and no. Do I have a ton of time to play games? Yes. Do I have the luxury of sitting around playing the same game all day, every day? No. Why? My audience finds that boring. The reason that I'm successful is because I'm a variety.
No. Anyone who actually good at streaming can make any game interesting because they make a bone game. What you say if we're finding bone, make something bone interesting because how their personality is.
Creator. This week I played 5 to 6 different kinds of games.
Me, I think I do have that. If I just stop thinking in my head and I just let my mind control my mouth, honestly.
That's why I'm successful. If I sat around playing Crimson Desert 6 days straight this week, I'd be out of business by 2 days ago. No one wants to see the same shit. Even when it's an ultra popular game like Resident Evil 9, people get burned out.
There's some streamer only play Resident Evil. They're fucking PokeTubers who only play Pokemon. We're fucking Street Fighter. People who only play Street Fighter. Because the PokeTuber, most of them is shiny hunters. And that me, I am a fucking shiny hunter. I know how fucking boring that fucking is. But they make it interesting. It'd be like how I am. I make jokes. I make fucking shit on myself. One of the thing I fucking say is I have a fucking tiny dick. That's one of the jokes I make about myself. Like somebody fucking today at work say I have a 2-inch. I say no, I have a half-inch. I don't fucking give a fuck shit about that. So I would make fucking jokes about that myself. And that my sense of humor, I make jokes like that. I make jokes about fucking the game character. I'm a class clown. So that is the site. And some other people who just good at talking know how to talk to people and make what they say interesting. You not good at either, DSP.
Not what they're here for. You see? Do I technically have the time to do it that way? Yes. Does that work? Is it successful? No.
Again, fucking one PokeTuber that basically his online name is Candy, but with a V instead of the C. Vandy. And all he do is Pokemon. Most of it's shiny hunting. He is good at talking. He know how to make something boring interesting.
Someone tipped $2. I think I understand what they're trying to say, but they said it so poorly. Just listen to how they worded this. You played Microsoft Flight Simulator for many hours. Why didn't you just go before a pilot? I think what he's trying to say is, why didn't you just go learn to be a pilot in real life, right? I think that's what he's trying to say. Because that's not how I play Flight Simulator. I didn't play Flight Simulator and learn.
And the funny part is how when stuff like that, they use these games to teach people how to do it. Maybe not these exactly, but they use simulators to teach people how to do this shit. I could teach them, say, and they get more practice.
How to actually fly a plane. I play Flight Sim and I put it on autopilot and I just hit fly and we use it as a tourism simulator so we could see landmarks and cities from up above. And that's what it was for. It was like aerial tourism. It was as if I was a passenger in the plane enjoying the sights as opposed to I was learning to fly the plane. Does that make sense? There are people who actually have used Microsoft Flight Sim to learn how to fly planes. It's been documented. It's actually so well designed, you can learn how to operate a plane by playing that game enough. It's actually used as a training tool. The same logic applies with what do you mean? Why didn't I just travel instead of doing Flight Sim? Because I could do it from home. Travel is a luxury. Travel is for enjoyment and entertainment.
And you can write it off as a business than if you make videos. You can write it off. I don't know if we can write the whole thing off, but you can write it off.
If I can simulate the experience of travel by sitting here and doing it on the cheap, that's value. Why would you spend money to simulate doing a job where there's no enjoyment doing it because it's busy work, it's tedium, but then you don't get paid for it? If you did that actual busy work and tedium in real life, you get paid for it. So why not just go do it? Let's talk about truck sim. What was the enjoyment of truck sim? Was it actually learning how to drive a truck and how to haul loads and how to do that job? No, it was having a drink when I did it and doing Q&A with you guys. The truck sim came secondary too, and every once in a while I'd do something funny, like, oh, I drove off the road, or I crashed, or something like that. It was just background noise, so I was hanging out. You see? It could have very well been 10 other games that I was playing, doing exactly the same thing. It just so happened to be that truck sim kind of fell into our lap. It was funny to see me try to drive with the wheel.
Again, that is supposed to be every fucking stream. That should be in every fucking game. You do that. Maybe not drinking because you are a alcoholic. I might joke about on my main channel, and this I am a fucking alcoholic. I'm Irish. I make jokes about fucking all Irish is just they are never sober. They're always fucking drunk. Or their blood is just fucking alcohol.
And drive off the road like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? That it wasn't me learning to drive the truck, but they're actually
do get fucking. Well, I don't know if it's true, but he talked shit when he was drunk back then, and somebody fucking gonna whoop his ass, and he fucking beg and go on his knees and say, "I'm an alcoholic. Don't kick my fucking ass." Again, if I talk shit when I'm fucking drunk, I say, okay, I talk shit. It won't kick my ass, but I'll fight about it. Or how that fucking thing. What you gonna do about it? You want to fight about it? They're like Family Guy. Let me. Right here.
I have used all my parenting skills to change my 60 days.
Hey, you that Griffin boy's father? Patty Tanager, the caddy manager. Yeah, it rhymes. Big whoop. Want to fight about it? Listen, your son is the best bull shagger we ever had.
Yeah, like that. Big whoop. You want to fight about it?
Is a genre, and there's people out there, that's what they do. They actually like want to learn and learn how to do it. Why? I think that's
And if I get my ass kicked, I get my ass kicked.
kind of silly, but again, there's a large group of people, they get that endorphin rush when they feel like they've done something meaningful with their time, they've actually accomplished something via even a sim, and then they get that endorphin rush for the time invested and the outcome. You see what I mean? It's not just, oh, it was casual, I was relaxing, I had a good time, I escaped from reality. For some people, simulating reality actually is what they like, and they get that enjoyment out of. That's why I think like a game like Crimson Desert, there's people who actually feel like if I invested 100 hours in this game and I learned everything for myself, that's great.
So you just explain fucking every game, every fucking people who play games.
And other people will be like, I don't want to waste 100 hours learning everything for myself. I want to enjoy within the first 10 hours. People are different. That's the beauty of life. But that's why people have the ability to criticize based on their own preferences and their own experiences and their own perspectives. And no one should be like, you're doing it wrong.
Okay, I stream. I bring a dead channel back to life. DSP. You are doing it wrong.
All right, we've now gone 2 hours. That's the limit of what I would like to do for this show. We will do another Level 1 podcast this coming Sunday. So if anyone has any other topics or something happens between...
Alright, I'm going to end it. Because this dude took up like fucking 3 hours. Close to 3 hours. Hope you guys have a good day. And if I don't see you later on my Skybomb account, my main channel, I hope you have an amazing day. And please don't be a loud cow.
Let's take a look at situations where you see what happens when you don't swallow your pride. It swallows you. These people really think they're hot and they are just a hot mess. Let's
Welcome to Loud Cow 101. I'm here to teach you about that prideful sin of talking big and thinking small. Keyboard dropping heat in the chat, but never touching grass. Stay cool. Headset on, humility off. A loud cow thinks noise equals power. Real
Scroll long enough and you find them. The loud one who thinks volume equals charisma, the money flexer, the attention vacuum with a ring light, the living health code violation, the fake prank factory, the get rich now guru, the rage machine, and the guy who reacts to a video by barely staying awake. Different flavors, same feeling. Maybe let's log off.
Boo! You stink!
Are you serious? These people are insane.
Honestly, what are we even watching? This is the definition of brain rot. Why am I even here?
Ugh, what disgusting cows, literally.
Nobody is perfect, I agree.